Good morning. It's 5 o'clock, and I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. Kilmar Abrego Garcia will stay out of ICE custody at least through the end of this year.
Kilmar, amigo, el pueblo está contigo. Kilmar, amigo, el pueblo está contigo.
Those are his supporters after a judge extended a restraining order after a ruling that his detention had been unlawful. That government must outline now its next steps by December 26th. Abrego Garcia was previously deported to El Salvador and later returned to face human smuggling charges in Tennessee, for which a trial is scheduled for January 26th here in Nashville. A wrong order at a Nashville chicken restaurant has led to a gun threat. Here's what police say happened.
Nashville man faces charges after police say he pointed a gun at two Zaxby's drive-through workers over a botched order. Officers responded to the Charlotte Avenue location Friday after reports of the threat. According to an affidavit, 52-year-old Terrence Holmes was upset about his, quote, very specific order, and allegedly told workers, quote, I'll shoot y'all because I'm not going through this today. Holmes was later arrested at his home and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Market numbers now brought to you by Beacon Capital Management, online at beaconcm.com. Here's Michelle Franzen.
Markets started the shortened trading week off with a rally. The Dow was up 228 points at the end of trading. The S&P 500 gained 44, and the Nasdaq rose 121 points. Shares of Uber and Lyft rose after the rideshare companies announced plans to bring robo-taxi services to London. Paramount has upped its takeover bid for Warner Brothers Discovery to include a personal guarantee of $40 billion from Oracle founder Larry Ellison, who is also the father of Paramount CEO David Ellison. Delivery app Instacart is ending a controversial program that charged customers different prices for the same product ordered at the same time from the same store. Instacart said the different prices were meant to help retailers learn what customers would pay and not based on customer data. Bourbon maker Jim Beam plans to pause production at its main U.S. distillery in Kentucky for the next year. Production will continue at its smaller distilleries. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
And stocks this morning are mixed. The futures market, the Dow futures are down 2, but we've got NASDAQ futures up 14. S&P futures are plus 2. That's the latest news. We've got traffic and weather ahead. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News. Well, I see they're still saying that there's milling and paving work. This is eastbound 24 between Old Hickory Boulevard and Waldron Road. You may want to watch out for that this morning. But volume delays, there are just none this morning. A clear ride in to Nashville on 40, 65, and on 24. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Nashville's morning news on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Good morning to your friends. Hope you are doing well and welcome on in to a Tuesday, December 23rd. So we've got today. Joan, fact check me here.
Yeah.
We've got today and we've got tomorrow. And that's it. Shopping days are over. And then it's time to open the presents on the 25th. So today is going to be my official last day of shopping, I think. I've got one or two little itty bitty. You know what? Do you know what gets me with Christmas shopping?
The stocking stuffers.
Yes, it's the stocking stuffers.
Yes, I know.
And Amy, she and I had this big long conversation about this yesterday. She says, "Dude, get me like mascara and chapstick.
Yeah.
It's not that hard."
Right.
So I didn't realize it was actually just that easy. So anyway, so that's what I'll be doing today.
Put a nice pair of socks in there.
Could also never go wrong with a nail salon gift certificate.
Right.
I could do a nail salon gift certificate. I could do things like that. So, but yeah, the stocking stuffers, they get me every year. I actually felt bad. Then I promise you, I'm going to get down to business. Joan, I received a Christmas gift this morning. Do you know what it was?
What was it?
As a talk show host, Hunter Biden talking to Sean Ryan on a podcast on an otherwise fairly slow news day.
This is a gift, isn't it?
And I'm like, oh my gosh. And the things that Sean Ryan says to Hunter Biden, number one, I loved, because what Sean Ryan did was he allowed Hunter to just talk, which anybody who watches interviews or does interviews will tell you, when you can just let the interviewer just talk, and Hunter Biden is a talker, he says the most outrageous things. So I don't know if Hunter Biden is on some sort of a reputation reclamation project. You know what I mean? Is he trying to fix his reputation? I don't know. But that's what it seems like to me, is that Hunter is now all of a sudden out there talking. And he's got, a book. It's called Beautiful Things. And so...
Sure, he would know what beautiful things are.
Beautiful Things, page 1, my crack pipe.
My hookers. I mean, it's just like beautiful things according to Hunter Biden. Crack pipes, hookers, not his paintings.
And also, not my kid, even though I did knock up that stripper.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? So here's the deal. This is like a 5-hour interview.
Is it really?
It's a 5-hour interview.
Why did Sean Ryan spend that much time with him?
Probably couldn't get him to stop talking. You know that myth where if you take LSD and then you crack your back, you'll experience the effects for life or whatever. I wonder if the crack version of that has set in for Hunter, because he never seems to put a lid on it.
No, he doesn't. This is, by the way, the headline. This is the top of the fold, top page of the Daily Mail. Hunter Biden blows up Dad Joe's open border presidency with jaw-dropping attack. I don't even know if I'm a Democrat anymore. It's what he said. Now, I don't have that. This is like 5 hours.
Wow.
And can I just tell you, I'm in a conundrum, Joan. And as the mom of the show, I will ask you your opinion at 5:35
Okay.
as to whether or not I should actually warn the other hosts on the program not to run this audio straight off Twitter.
Don't.
Because there is a lot of curse words on this, and I can guarantee you, and I love my friend Chris Hand, I can guarantee you that there are times when he rolls right off the internet, and just like I have, and we've all gotten burned. I've spent copious amount of time editing out Hunter Biden's X-bombs and GD bombs and all that kind of stuff. He's almost as bad as Gavin Newsom.
Just need the dump button, that's all.
Yeah.
No, but here's the problem, Joan.
Yeah.
Inside radio baseball, then I'm going to get to the audio. So the problem with the dump button is you dump something once, and then if somebody curses like a second time right away, you're out of dump.
Oh.
And he talks so fast.
Well,
Okay.
he's a crack addict.
Well, and ironically, again, insider baseball, it's the smallest button in my control room.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, and that's why.
It's like they want me to fail.
And here's the deal. If somebody ever curses, more inside baseball, then I promise we're going to get to it. So if somebody curses, because I ran the audio control for a long time. If somebody curses, you've got to, on the phones, you got to put them on hold first, then dump. Because if you dump, then go to put them on hold, then you've got a cursor on live radio. Right?
I see why you don't take calls.
I love taking calls. Can I tell you the most entertaining part of my last several days, Joan and Sam? Been watching Murphy Show deal with callers. He has had a couple of doozies he had some guy yesterday talking about this age-old stupidity about how all the Jews own all the businesses.
Gosh.
I saw that. Did you see the new brow line that furled across his forehead while he was listening to that?
I saw the smoke coming out of his ears, and I say, I love Matt Murphy, but I don't know what it is, man. It's almost like I don't know if people are intentionally trying to get under his skin, but it's working, and he, and I believe that Murphy wins the arguments, but it's almost like you do get to a point where, all right, thanks for the call. You know what I mean? Like Murphy Show, he's got the patience of Job with some of the phone calls that he takes and the discussions and the arguments that he has. And I'm not knocking Matt. I mean, he's a brilliant talk show host. That's why I hired him. But it's just his ability to navigate through the morass of somebody's argument about, the Jews own all the media and they control all the media and they control all the banks and all that. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. You know what I mean? I mean, whatever. If that's your deal, if that's what you want to focus your time on, you knock yourself out. But I just, whatever. To me,
there's a councilman in Washington, D.C., who has openly stated that he believes that the Jews control the weather.
oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what the crazy thing is? The dingbats in Washington, D.C.,
they love him.
they love them.
Yeah.
Whatever.
If they did, I want snow.
Right?
That's exactly right. Can we call our local, I don't know what, synagogue and ask them if they can bring some snow?
Bring it.
Use those space lasers.
Use the space lasers and let's have a white Christmas. Oh, my goodness. All right, we got to go. All right, here we go. So Hunter Biden is on with Sean Ryan. They're saying not only was this a 5-hour broadcast, it's like almost 6. And this is what Hunter Biden had to say. You ready? So this is Hunter calling out Joe Biden's open border.
A vibrant immigration, but we don't want immigrants that are coming here illegally, draining us of resources, and also and being prioritized above people that are actual literal heroes that are coming home, or that are still recovering from 20 years of endless war, or anybody else in our society, right?
So, I mean, he's calling out, Joe's open border. And I find it intriguing that all of a sudden, right, just follow the bouncing ball. All of a sudden, Hunter Biden can no longer grift on his old man. So now that Joe Biden is, I think he'll probably, and I don't wish death upon anyone, but I believe that Biden, the elder Biden, will probably be dead in a year or two. I mean, he's not in good health. He had the cancer, all that kind of stuff. I don't wish it on him, but I'm just telling you, he's an old man. So anybody else find it awfully convenient that Hunter Biden is now calling out his dad now that he can no longer make money on his dad? So now he's going to make money slamming his father. So, and by the way, this is what Sean Ryan says. My interview with Hunter Biden is out now. before, and I like Sean Ryan, right? So I'm not bagging on him in any way, shape, or form. He says, before casting judgment, I encourage everyone to watch the full episode. I've said it before. I'm open to hearing from all sides. Love it. I don't agree with everything that Hunter says, and he doesn't agree with everything that I say either. But that's not the point. These conversations matter. So here's my question about Hunter. Anything going on in traffic? Joan, whoever? Traffic?
There is none.
Okay, good. So people are like, Hunter Biden is dropping all these comments, and I obviously agree with him on the situation regarding illegal immigration. But where was he during his father's administration, right? So we know that Biden, the elder Biden, would look to Jill and Hunter for advice on certain things. And so where was Hunter Biden when we had a wide open border? When Alejandro Mayorkas and Kamala Harris were lying their arses off about what was going on the southern border, where was Hunter Biden? And I realized he was, probably under a rock somewhere, smoking crack and with a bunch of prostitutes, whatever. But I mean, he was in the White House. They were talking and texting. So where was all this, newfound vision and insight when America was literally being invaded? And so it's really easy to come back and say these things after the damage has been done. And you now, Hunter, can come back and sound like, oh, you're so enlightened. But I'm not buying it. Hunter Biden was in a real position of influence within the Biden administration, and he, as far as I can tell, did nothing but maybe sneak some cocaine into the White House.
I was actually going to say, I figured out what he was doing.
Sneaking that cocaine in?
Well, not just that.
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay.
What? What is that?
It's from a viral clip of a guy back when Powerball was reaching like 500 million for the first time.
Oh, and he said that's what he's going to do?
Do with the money.
Hookers and cocaine?
Yeah.
Do you know what? So I said Amy was out of town for a few days, and she said she was coming home a little early. And I said, I better clear the house of the hookers and cocaine. You know what's so weird, though, Joan? She didn't find it funny. And I didn't understand why she didn't find that funny.
Nice.
Stick in the mud, she is. I mean, who doesn't like a good hookers and cocaine joke?
Right.
Exactly.
Everybody loves that.
Especially Hunter. So anyway, I think he's trying to rehab his image, Hunter Biden, which is clearly what he's trying to do. Or maybe he's just bored. I don't know. But all the nasty things he has said about people on the right, I don't see him finding many sympathetic ears on the right. Some people are saying that Hunter is trying to rehab his image so that he can run for president in 2028. Now, Joe, knowing what you know about Washington, D.C. and politics and the Democrats and what you just said about the dude in Washington, D.C. who you said I think it wouldn't be a congressman in Washington, D.C. Who was it that was the
city council member?
City council member. So knowing what we know about the Democrats and how they don't really seem real discriminating in the people that they like to vote for. So do you think that Hunter Biden could actually be a viable candidate? Because if the Democrats are sick and tired of the Chuck Schumer types, then who knows? Hunter Biden may be a real, a real beacon of honesty. But he just said, what he said about illegal immigration, which he called out his dad for. So, heck, maybe he's, in some senses, maybe he has some conservative values. I don't know. There is also this moment, and they're talking about today's society, where he says the main people benefiting in today's society are the top 1%. But what's interesting, if you think about it, and by the way, if you are watching on Super Talk TV, you can see video to all of this. But I want you to listen to what Hunter Biden has to say about people in our society. I'm not entirely certain of the context of this particular soundbite, but he's talking about how the people in our society, some people in our society, the upper crust, if you will, never really have to face any consequences. Oh, the irony.
Who ultimately seems to be benefiting?
Well, I can tell you who's not benefiting.
Not normal people,
Yeah.
not regular guys, not the guys you served with, not the guys that I went to high school with, not the, nobody that I know. The people that are benefiting are the people that seem to always, some way, avoid the consequences.
Wow.
And win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, the 0.1%.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even the 1% anymore. I mean, it's like literally and I'm not saying.
So that is Hunter Biden. And here's a guy charged with multiple crimes regarding guns and taxes. There's videos of him with prostitutes and doing all the drugs and all that kind of stuff on his laptop, which, by the way, he says there was no laptop. I'll get to that. But his dad pardoned him on the way out the door. So anybody else find it ironic that, Hunter is complaining about people that don't have to suffer any consequences for the things that they do when he got away with everything that he got away with when his brain-dead dad pardoned him on the way out the door? So it seems pretty hypocritical, don't you think? And, it's one thing to get a pardon and then just go live a quiet life. But Hunter Biden gets a pardon and then has the audacity to run around and talk about how the people these days in the upper 0.1% aren't facing consequences for whatever they do. Again, not knowing the context, but his statement does sort of stands on its own. Here is a senator's son, a vice president's son, then a president's son, who clearly peddled influence, among many other things, complaining about how some in our society don't have to face consequences for their actions when he literally got a presidential pardon. He is the poster boy for that.
Picking up sacks of cash around the world.
Picking up sacks of cash, millions of dollars. I mean, we could go on and on.
Won't give his daughter his last name.
Yeah. He was also asked if it was a mistake to join the board of Burisma. The headline, I'm trying to find the headline, and maybe you can find it. Somewhere he said, I don't know if I'm a Democrat. That's the headline in the Daily Mail. I don't have that particular soundbite. Again, friends, it is like 5 hours long. So I'm not able to, I can only do so much in the morning. But if that's what he is saying is I don't know if I'm a Democrat anymore. Again, I just do find it really convenient that this is what he has to say after he can no longer utilize his father's influence. It is 5:23. Joan's got the news coming up at 5:30. Joan, what you got?
Yeah, new evidence that President Trump is getting under Nicolas Maduro's skin. We'll tell you what he had to say about him coming up here at 5:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
528, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We'll have more of the audio. Hunter Biden with Sean Ryan. Do you know what that also means, Joan and Sam? Is that
he graced the state of Tennessee with his presence?
Is that he graced not only the state of Tennessee, but the county of, I believe, Williamson with his presence. So now we have to, fumigate Williamson County.
Is that fairy dust behind you, Hunter? No.
Do you think that Sean Ryan had to get a whole new chair because of all of the cooties that was on Hunter Biden's chair?
He's got a new studio too. So
Does
he invited
he really?
him. Yeah, it's a beautiful new studio. Why would you invite him there?
He has dogs, right?
Yeah.
Who, Sean Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how his dogs reacted. They can always tell.
Tim Burchett said I should get Sean Ryan on my show. What do you think the chances are that he would actually come on my little itty bitty radio show?
I don't think he would.
I would bet the under
Joan,
only because I'd want to
you're
win.
mean.
No,
I don't think he would.
I don't think he would because
You know what?
It's not favorable territory for him.
You are Jane all day.
No, It's a compliment to you because
okay, go
you threaten Hunter Biden. You're a threat to him.
Oh no, I'm talking about Sean Ryan.
Oh, Sean Ryan.
Do you think Sean? Because Tim Burchett said I should get
Oh,
Sean Ryan on
yeah.
my show a couple of years ago.
I don't
whatever
think
it was.
Hunter Biden could sit still enough in that small of a room.
Can you imagine me? So this is great. So when we have people in the studio and we have to take a commercial break, the awkward conversation during a commercial break. You know what I mean? It's you're not on the radio and you're just sitting here waiting for the damn commercials to end. So how's it going? You know what I mean? It's
do you think anyone on Broadway might have any?
Anyway, whatever. All I'm saying, I would love to have Sean Ryan on.
I think that would happen.
You think so? You think he'd come on my show?
I think if you asked him, yeah.
You'd have to diffuse the situation and both be hatless and be two conservative bald men having a conversation.
You know what? That's my in. Sean, how do you keep such a good shaved head? Do you? Because that's my in with other bald men. We always start talking about, okay, do you use a straight edge? Do you use a skull shaver? What do you do?
Do you wax?
Do you wax? That's another one. All right, I got to go. It's 5:30 WTN.
Good morning, now 5:30, and I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. So your boss calls a meeting and the whole office piles in. But while everyone's in the meeting, someone else is stealing everyone's credit cards. This happened at 2 Lakeview Place in Nashville last week. This victim spoke to Channel 4.
It makes you feel terrible. It's scary. It's deflating thinking that somebody, one, has the ability to do this, and two, that somebody would stoop as low to do this. I know it happens far too often, but some of the girls were in tears, and I felt bad for them.
Yeah, sure. The thief racked up thousands of dollars of charges at the mall at Green Hills. Police have her on video surveillance, so they're hoping they can catch her soon. President Trump is getting under Venezuela dictator Nicolas Maduro's skin. Here's what he told a reporter yesterday.
He can do whatever he wants. It's all right. Whatever he wants to do. If he wants to do something, if he plays tough, it'll be the last time he's ever able to play tough.
Yeah, now Maduro is trying to get the whole world a body to rally around him.
On Monday, Maduro sent a letter to the United Nations calling the U.S. seizing of tankers acts of piracy and illegal acts of violence. The UN Security Council has scheduled a meeting today to discuss Venezuela. Russia and China pledging to support Venezuela.
Meantime, the U.S. Coast Guard is still pursuing that third sanctioned oil tanker. The U.S. has obtained a seizure warrant for that ship based on its prior involvement in the Iranian oil trade. That's the latest news. We've got your traffic and weather coming up. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News. There's an accident right now, a 40 on the westbound side at the off-ramp to Donaldson Pike out at the airport. The off-ramp, Gore, has been blocked off by it. TDOT, by the way, is on its holiday, so starting at noon today through Friday, January 2nd, you won't find any construction zones set up. Nice. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning.
You know what's amazing, Joan, is that, here in the state of Tennessee, they named that Gore Point after Al Gore. Isn't that crazy?
It's a gory Gore Point.
It's a gory Gore. Now, just so people know, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
They call it the Gore Point everywhere. When I was a traffic reporter in Los Angeles and New York, they called it a Gore Point as well there. So I just thought it was kind of funny.
That's not the lingo they use in the Northeast. I've never heard of Gore before I came here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They use it in L.A. I thought they used it in New York. Maybe not.
See, too many things are coming from California to Tennessee.
Oh, stop it. What did they say about what do they call that in
the merge point?
The merge point.
It's where the two lanes merge.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a funny yet whimsical tie-in between our Al Gore, former senator, and your vernacular on the traffic.
Yes.
Isn't it? Whatever. Am I going to win with you at all today, Joan? You going to am I going to have any kind of chuckle from you
Hold on.
at all today?
So I think people need to know, are you here tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's what people want to know. They want to know, is my Dan going to be here tomorrow?
You're going to get a double dose of Dan because I'm on red eye, and then I'm going to be doing this. So it's going to be a long day.
I will not be with you tomorrow.
You're filling in for
Chris Hand.
So you're going to be on 9 to 12.
Yeah.
Some Joan Jones into Big House.
So we'll do the Joan Cross handoff.
If you want to do the Joan Jones crisscross handoff, we can do that 8:30 to 9. So
that'll be fun.
A lot of people looking forward to you filling in. By the way, we have a couple of commercials to play, so go ahead, Sam. All right, it is 5:38, Nashville's Morning News. We've been picking our own Christmas bumps. This is mine for today. So, Joan, this is my longtime favorite, the Waitresses.
Wait a minute.
Christmas wrapping.
Are you double dipping?
No, I'm not double dipping. I would never double dip.
I think you've played this before.
I think he did a different Waitresses song.
No, this is the only Waitresses song I know, man.
Yeah.
But I've talked about this before. Okay, turn it up. Shut up, Joan. I love this song.
Super Texters. Did he play this before?
No, I didn't play it before. It's come up before and it's been played, but I haven't played it officially. During this whole, we're bucking the company's mandated Christmas songs and we're doing our own. I haven't done it here.
Okay.
But I have played it before, and people that have listened to me, 1219 says, I hate this song. Whatever. So, actually, what, a fun fact real quick, then we're going to get back to whatever we were doing. In July, when Amy and I were painting our front porch, I was actually playing this song for her in July, and it still rocked. I had it on repeat like 5 times. And then Amy was like, "Can you stop?" It's like, "Okay, fine." Anyway, so there you go. No, and I don't believe that I have played this before in the official capacity of our official Christmas bumps.
You're a known double dipper, so this is like it wouldn't
I'm
be
not
out
a
of
double dipper.
Wouldn't be out of your,
Oh, stop it.
I'm being told I can't trust Dan around the salsa.
Right. I've been to parties with him before.
Okay, you both could just stop now. Kenny, apparently from Los Angeles, K-Rock, wore the song out every Christmas in L.A., got burned out on it. 106.7 K-Rock, the rock of the 80s. All right, very good. Let's see. More information as to why Dan shouldn't be on the radio.
Oh, man.
I've been hearing that since I was 17, 18 years old. You don't have the voice to be on the radio. 35 years later. Okay. Let's see here real quickly. Apparently there has been an Epstein files dump, Joan. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
It was overnight. So people are doing what people do. They cull through it. Hillary Clinton, this is an exclusive from the Daily Mail. You want to hear this? Because Bill Clinton, we talked about this yesterday, right? Bill Clinton is all over the Epstein files. Now, I will be the first to admit that there's nothing in the Epstein files per se that indicates that Bill Clinton did anything untoward with women under the age of 18, girls under the age of 18. There is, a lot of circumstantial evidence, all those flights on the Lolita Express. He had Epstein into the Bill Clinton White House, 17 times, if I'm not mistaken. There's the pictures of Bill Clinton. He is in a swimming pool or a hot tub with women. And there's that one photo where Bill Clinton is pictured smiling from ear to ear with a blonde on his lap. And we don't know who that woman is or was, or if she was over or under 18. But you know who's been really quiet about all of this, Joan? Hillary.
Oh.
Headline from the Daily Mail. Hillary Clinton's ice-cold response. Can we just be honest? Isn't everything about Hillary ice-cold?
Yeah.
I don't want to think about anything regarding Hillary Clinton, but if there's a phrase that really just rings into my head when I think about Hillary, it is ice cold.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton's ice cold response as Bill is dragged back into the Epstein files and why she's making him face the humiliation alone. Do you know why she is making him face the humiliation? I haven't even read this article. Because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
What kind of and I said this yesterday, but what kind of a married man, let alone a former president, allows himself to be photographed with a blonde sitting on his lap or in a swimming pool with other women? I mean, it's just the dumbest thing. Why would you possibly allow yourself to be photographed in compromising positions? And I do believe, I suppose, Joan, we could have the argument, is it a compromising position? Should a married man allow himself to be photographed with a blonde on his lap? I say no.
Accountability means you don't ever enter that situation in the first place.
Yeah, if I'm me, right? So if I'm someplace and some woman wants to sit on my lap and get a picture taken, I don't know if I'm going to allow that. Now, if it's maybe perhaps a public place, I don't know, whatever, but I sure as all get out know that Amy's reaction would be one of two, and I'm not sure which one it would be.
She might be showing off her latest attachment from the Glock store.
She would either get really mad, or she'd be like, "Can you take him? If you want, just go ahead. Just feel free. I'm tired of him talking all the time.
Just pay the shipping."
As Bill Clinton once again finds himself in an uncomfortable situation with these photographs with pedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein, Hillary's apparent response has been neither panic nor public loyalty, but something colder: detachment. A source has told the Daily Mail. An insider close to the former First Lady says she has watched the latest storm break with indifference, having long ago decided that her scandal-hit husband has to deal with the repercussions on his own. The source familiar with the Clintons told the Daily Mail that Hillary, 78, has no intention of defending 79-year-old Bill or stepping in to soften the blow. She's fine. She's used to this, the source said. At this point, she sees it as a Bill problem, not a Hillary problem. Do you know what I've always thought about Bill and Hillary? One of my favorite things, Joan, and you can back me up on this, and Sam, you can too. We're all three married. One of my favorite things to do with Amy on the weekends is, and every weekend, is we will, I'm always the first one up, and used to be I'd make her coffee, but she doesn't drink coffee anymore. But we'd sit and we'll just chat on the couch. And we'll sit there for, I kid you not, 3 hours talking.
I love that.
Yeah, literally my favorite part of my life is the weekends. I'm there on the weekend sipping, 3 or 4 cups of coffee, talking to Amy on the couch about whatever. And do you just see Bill and Hillary Clinton doing that?
No.
Remember, this is the guy that had to bomb the Bosnians after the Lewinsky scandal just to get Hillary to sleep with him again.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that's why Bill bombed the Bosnians, to get Hillary to sleep with him again.
Well, I mean, it was a two-pronged fork.
A what?
A two-pronged fork?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't he trying to get the Lewinsky thing off the...
Yeah, get it off the radar. But apparently there was pressure from Hillary to do it in the first place.
Okay, can I just be honest? Guys, you can back me up on this. I'm reasonably certain that Bill doesn't want Hillary in any way, shape, or form.
Why else would he be on the Lolita Express?
Isn't that why she has the house in New York and he's somewhere else all the time?
He's always somewhere else.
Yeah.
Mentally, too.
Except when she was Secretary of State. When she was Secretary of State, she put all those miles on Air Force, whatever it is, the Secretary of State's plane, whatever.
Yeah.
Because remember that it was part of when she was running for the presidency, they kept trying to talk about how she was such an effective Secretary of State, and she flew all of these different places. And it was my official talk show host opinion that she was, number one, trying to get away from Bill, and number two, Bill was like, please, thank you, Barack Obama, for making her the Secretary of State.
Does he look back at Benghazi as a highlight in his life then?
Probably. Anyway, so yeah, apparently Hillary, I think she's just, why are they still married? That would be my question. Like there's no more political reason for those two to be married, right? I got it when Bill was the president, and I got it when she was a senator, and I got it when she was Secretary of State, and when she was running for president. I understood there was a certain political benefit to being married to Bill Clinton, but why now?
The foundation, maybe.
Oh, Sam, I considered you really smart until just now.
I mean, there'd have to be some paperwork there on how things get sorted and who's got control of what. But I'm with you on. That's what I look forward to. I am stoked for the holiday weekend and then the following holiday weekend that just is going to turn into just lounging with the missus and sipping hot cocoa with some Baileys in it.
Okay. Tony says, Dan, wake up. Lusty Billy C is a horn dog. Yes, Hillary is ice cold. Well, isn't that a given? Like, do I have to actually talk about? Like, we all know Bill is a horn dog.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Hillary definitely ordered the hits.
Do you remember the Energizer Bunny story, Joan?
Oh, yeah.
Where there was a woman. Sam's Googling it right now, so Sam can fill in the blanks. So there used to be a woman they called, I believe, the Energizer Bunny, and Bill Clinton's Secret Service all knew who this woman was, and she was one of Bill's regular hookups.
Julie Tauber McMahon.
Okay. Known as the Energizer Bunny, and she was
by the Secret Service agents during her cozy rendezvous with Bill Clinton. You don't stop her, you don't approach her, you just let her go in, a supervising agent allegedly said of the perky blonde powerhouse. According to the explosive 2014 book, The First Family Details, Secret Service agents reveal the hidden lives of presidents.
And all they said about, Joe Biden is they had to watch him skinny dip.
Clean his diaper at the Vatican.
Clean his diaper at the Vatican.
I think when he would do that the Secret Service would, Cobra.
I thought that was for when he was sniffing small children's heads.
I think, no, I heard that was the skinny dipping cue.
8335. Hey, Dan, are you not married? Is Amy not blonde? Yeah, but I don't understand I don't get that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with.
Hillary is also blonde, but the point being that it was not your wife blonde.
No. And Amy's good looking. Hillary ain't.
Killary.
8064. Hillary Clinton is Satan in the flesh.
Woo. 2565. Hillary's not going to do anything about it because there's too many people to suicide.
There you go. Somehow the Energizer Bunny is still alive.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Is she really?
Look, the agents even said you don't stop her, you don't approach her.
9194. All I want for Christmas is Dan to not have a song choice. Wow. Whatever.
Oh yeah, Primary Colors. Remember the movie Primary Colors?
Yes.
That was awesome. That was John Travolta.
Yeah, but I never saw the movie Primary Colors.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, you need to go.
What's it about?
Watch that. It's
What's
about
it
Bill
about?
Clinton.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it did not paint him in a very nice picture at all.
Have you ever seen, is the movie Ides of March with George Clooney? Look up, it's the Ides of something.
Okay, well.
And it's a George Clooney movie. George Clooney and
Ryan Gosling.
And is it the Ides of March? One of the absolute best political movies ever. It's one of my favorites, actually. I like political movies, actually. Political intrigue and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is it the Ides of March? Help me, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm having an old man
No,
moment.
you're right.
Okay, the Ides of March.
Okay.
That would be my official pick to click. Let's see here.
I thought that was just Shakespeare.
No. How about all the people that have been killed around the Clintons? I mean, there's a whole list out there on the internet. I don't care enough to, fact check every single one. But there's a lot of stuff around the Clintons.
And some mathematician did like the statistical probability of these certain deaths all occurring around the family, and it's extremely statistically unlikely to have been all accidental.
2323 says this, and maybe this is true. Why are they still married? ? Well, that's an easy one. So they can't testify
Yes.
against each other.
Yes. Yes.
8438. Speaking of bombs, that wasn't funny. Must be talking about one of your jokes. Because all mine are funny. Let's see here.
This is funny. 6707. Hillary Clinton is a KFC order. 2 fat thighs and a left wing.
That's good.
Oh, thank you, 6707.
And enough gravy to give your chef a heart attack.
Yep.
Wow.
Let's see here. Final thought on that movie. Kenny says, I think Kathy Bates plays his campaign manager. She's awesome in everything that she does.
Except Matlock.
You're out of your mind. Matlock's a great show. What is wrong with you?
The
You're a
original
communist.
Matlock is a great show. Kathy Bates' Matlock is not a great show.
You're wrong on that. That's a great. Amy and I have been binging that.
Really?
That's a great show.
Wow.
Matlock, the new Matlock with Kathy Bates. It's really good.
Old Matlock.
We're through the first year and we're getting through the second season now. It's really good. We don't have time to watch TV much anymore, but yeah, it's really good. Kathy Bates is good in everything she does. I like Kathy Bates. All right. It's 5:54, Nashville's Morning News, and Joan has the news coming up at 6. Joan, what do you got?
Yeah, we'll tell you why a Metro Nashville police officer has just been decommissioned. Also, the heads have begun to roll at Brown University. Those stories coming up here at 6 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
5:59, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. All right, so there's a lot going on. Last couple of hours, some new Epstein files, Joan, have been released. We're talking about that. So as far as we can tell, because you know what happens, they get released and then people go through all of the various files, and I have no idea what's in them, and nobody does right now. So, Sam, I tasked you with trying to figure out what is
Sam.
going on with these things.
I've been doing some diving, and it looks like a lot of documentation related to Epstein's incarceration in New York and circumstances surrounding his death, from officer roster assignments to where they were in the building and the reprimands that followed.
All right, so
no pictures?
No pictures, but lots of redactions.
There you go. You know, until the redactions are redacted, you see what I did there, Joe?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Nobody's going to be happy, and so there's still a lot more that we're going to have to find out before people are satisfied. Anyway, coming up next, I got a lot going on in Minnesota. We've got a lot going on in Nashville in the state of Tennessee. We've got a lot going on with Venezuela, and a whole bunch of new ships are going to be built as well. Details on all of those and a whole lot more straight ahead. It is Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Good morning. I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. A Metro Nashville police officer is out of a job this morning. 38-year-old Chetan Babar has just been decommissioned, and he's facing DUI charges. Channel 4's Alexandria Adams.
We have learned that he hit the back of an Uber that was stopped at a red light at 9th Avenue and Broadway. Witnesses say that he left, but then he hit a building. Police saying that Barber got out and then ran off. Officers found him close to home, and they said that he smelled of alcohol.
Babar had to be treated at a hospital for the injuries he sustained in the second crash. Weight loss drugs might soon be added to TennCare.
Tennessee is moving to expand TennCare coverage to include weight loss drugs like Wegovy and Ozempic. Supporters say the change could help fight obesity and prevent costly health problems down the road. But critics warn the move could drive up state spending, with some drugs costing more than $11,000 a year per patient. The proposal still in the rule-making process, could take effect in 2026 if it passes. Ken Weaver, WTN News.
A memorial now for a Brown University shooting victim held in the hometown of Birmingham, Alabama yesterday. Reverend Paul Zoll here delivering the eulogy for Ella Cook. You remember she's the 19-year-old Brown University sophomore who was killed in the shooting earlier this month. She attended his church.
We've come to honor Ella Cook, to thank God for her light and her life, and hopefully to make some consoling renewed contact with the love which animated her.
Now, meantime, a Brown University custodian has told the Boston Globe that he spotted the suspect, Claudio Neves Valente, several times in the weeks before the deadly mass shooting. Derek Lissy, who had worked as a custodian at Brown for over a decade, told the Globe that he had voiced his suspicions to a campus security guard prior to the shooting. And one more story related to that shooting. Brown University's police chief has now been put on leave, effective immediately. His name is Rodney Chapman. The Department of Education also now investigating Brown to see if the school violated a law that requires colleges and universities to meet certain campus safety requirements in order to receive federal student aid. Market numbers brought to you by Beacon Capital Management, online at beaconcm.com. Dow futures now pointing down 14. The NASDAQ futures plus just a fraction. S&P futures are down now just a fraction as well. That is the latest news. We've got your traffic and weather just ahead. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News. Man, something's going on at the airport today. We've got a crash this morning at Terminal Drive right at I-40. That may slow down traffic this morning heading in or out of the airport. Things are a little bit slow on 24 eastbound where there's still milling and paving work going on Old Hickory Boulevard south to Waldron Road. And by the way, TDOT is on holiday starting at noon today and running through January 2nd at midnight. So you'll not run into any more of those construction sites during that time. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
.606 Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Welcome on in. It is a Tuesday, December 23rd, and appreciate you listening. Breezy this morning, cloudy with a shower, high of 64, and there's all kinds of news going on. And here's what we know about the new Epstein files release. I don't know, is ABC News, our vast news network, Joan, are they talking anything, reporting on anything about what is in the new release?
Yeah, they did. Now, I can play a little something here for you.
While you look for that, I'm going to do this. Vast new Epstein batch released by U.S. Justice Department, including emails and videos. And again, these are like, you know how this happens, right?
Yeah.
There's just a huge crush of stuff. So they say the U.S. Justice Department has released more of the so-called Epstein files. The documents it holds relating to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. They talk about how there is emails and some videos and some photographs. But, yeah, a lot of redactions still. Do you think we'll ever get unredacted? I mean,
no.
The redactions, first of all, we don't know what's being redacted. Obviously, that's the nature of redactions. But I think people are being triggered by the square black boxes. And you can't be triggered by the square black boxes because the square black boxes could very well be protecting people who, number one, are innocent and they just happen to catch a ride on a plane for whatever reason. Or number two, they're protecting victims. So you can't just be one of those people that says, well, there should be no redactions. There's always going to be redactions. And so if you are holding out hope that you're going to see all of these, files and pieces of paper with no redactions, that's just not going to happen.
So CBS is saying that there are 11,000 files in this latest release. More photos, court records, FBI and DOJ documents, emails, news clippings, and videos. That they're also saying that a lot of these are pictures of former President Bill Clinton. President Trump saying the release.
Man, it sucks to be me.
Yeah. Risk ensnaring highly respected people with no connection to the late sex offender's crimes. He was asked about the pictures of Bill Clinton. President Trump called it terrible and said he's always gotten along with the former president and argued other people who appear in the photos could be unfairly tarred. So, I mean
that is true.
Yes. Yes.
That is true.
Because they tried to do this to President Trump. And I don't know if you saw over the weekend, there was a photo that was released of President Trump with a girl on his lap. And immediately it was on X, and immediately X had a community note that said, this is an AI generated picture. Take it down,
Yep.
It's just, there's going to, you're not even going to know what's the truth in what you're seeing because there's always bad actors
and
out there.
That's the problem.
It is. It
That's
is a
the
big
problem. And I mean, we've been talking about, well, I know I've been talking about AI. I know you have too over the years. But as AI has become more and more prevalent, you don't know what's real and what's not.
Right.
And the people on both sides, let's be honest, people on both sides will use AI to damage their political enemies, their political targets, so on and so forth. And certainly Donald Trump is no exception. So, I mean, we'll have to see. People are looking at the latest Epstein files, the latest batch. And I mean, for me, I'm taking all of this with a grain of salt. I want to know, and we went through this yesterday, I want to know who did the bad things to the underage girls. That's all I want to know.
This is it's kind of funny. A Clinton spokesperson, Angel Urena, said that the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, should immediately release anything else it has on the former president, including photos, court records, blah, blah, blah. So what they're saying is stop the trickle of papers and photos and information because they just want to rip the Band-Aid off and get all the bad news at once.
Yeah. I wonder how Bill Clinton feels about all that.
Yeah.
And
I did not have relations with those minors.
You know what the problem that Clinton has is that his reputation precedes him.
Yes.
That's part of the problem.
Yes.
I mean, this is a man. You know what the thing about Bill Clinton, and then I'm going to move on. But the thing about Bill Clinton is that, number one, he is a heck of a ladies' man. But it's like such a contrast to what Hillary Clinton is. Like his wife is literally an ice queen, and she always has been. So if you think about the kind of wife that a man like Bill Clinton would have, it would be somebody who, and I don't want to make like I'm bashing on Hillary Clinton, but shocking, I'm going to. But, I mean, she's not exactly a warm person. She's just not. Her personality is not that of a warm person. And Bill Clinton, would you say that in his prime, Joan, Bill Clinton is a good-looking man?
Yeah, I would say that.
So you would think that he would have his pick of the litter, if you will. And he picked somebody like Hillary Clinton, who on her best day, she's just not very good looking, I'm just going to say. And I'm not saying that I'm the great shakes, but I'm just saying, I would picture a guy like Bill Clinton, really smart, had an incredible political future ahead of him, and he marries somebody like Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Right?
I think it was politically expedient.
Well, that's what everybody is saying. Although I don't know.
Or financially expedient.
Politically expedient for who?
For him.
Why? Why would it be? And I'm not disagreeing. I'm trying to wrap my arms around this. I can see why it would be politically expedient for Hillary to marry Bill. He had a great political future ahead of him.
Well, it mirrors so much the Obama and Michelle story. Hillary Clinton went to law school and, she was a lawyer and she could help him through the things that he was going to do. And her family is wealthy. And so for him, I think she checked boxes.
I think you're right. There is one big difference, though, between Hillary and Michelle Obama. That's the Adam's apple.
Right.
Totally kidding. I'm not one of those people.
Here we go again.
Donald Trump's approval rating, the very latest, is coming up next. It is heading into 6:15. Time to check the roads on WTN. I'm sorry, people on the super text line. The Michelle Obama Adam's apple jokes, they never get old.
They don't fall far from the tree.
So Donald Trump's, by the way, sorry, is your weather breezy in the morning, cloudy with a shower, high of 64 today. Donald Trump's approval rating, double digits higher than Democrats in Congress. Now, I'm not saying that Donald Trump's approval ratings these days are any great shakes, because they're not, but they call it the approval gap. President Trump's approval rating is 36%, 12 points higher than Democrats in Congress at 24%, while Republicans in Congress sit at 29%. Public sentiment, only 24% of Americans are satisfied with the country's direction, reflecting concerns about the economy, government shutdowns, and political leadership. They talk about, and this is from Newsweek, political implications. This approval dynamic could influence the 2026 midterm elections, with Democrats facing historic lows and Republicans potentially leveraging Donald Trump's relative popularity. Part of what we've seen is a couple of things. And I'm not going to do a deep dive on numbers and all this stuff, but we've seen a couple of things with President Trump. Number one, the economy is getting better. I don't know if I've read one person or listened to one person that has not actually admitted that the economy is getting better. The economy is getting better. We had those inflation numbers from last week, right? So there are positive things that are going on with the economy. And in my opinion, we are hitting the ground running, wind in our sails, heading into 2026 with all of the new tax breaks and tax advantages heading into 2026, thanks to Donald Trump. So I think that there's a lot of good things that are going to happen. People are going to, the Trump administration says, and I don't know if you buy this, the Trump administration, I love them. I support them. There's a lot of hyperbole within the Trump administration. You got some of these folks that are coming out and saying that, it's going to be a record-breaking windfall as far as tax returns in 2026. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But there's a lot that is going to happen between now and November. So I'm not getting too excited or too down on any polling right now. I do believe that there are good things to talk about as it relates to Donald Trump, and we'll continue to talk about that and a whole lot more as the program continues to unfold. It is 6:18 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Text line is open, 615-737-9986, 615-737-WWTN. One of the things that I really liked, and this was big story yesterday, it continues to be one of the main stories today. CNN is actually covering this as well, as Donald Trump announcing yesterday that it is time to rebuild our military, particularly the Navy.
As Commander-in-Chief, it's my great honor to announce that I have approved a plan for the Navy to begin the construction of two brand new, very large, the largest we've ever built, battleships.
That is President Trump. I do like this. For the last, 12 years or so that I've been here at WTN, we always seem to be talking about the lack of military readiness as it relates to our military and how we are woefully behind in a lot of things. Now, remember yesterday we had that story of how we're trying to take over that Iranian oil tanker, the Bella. Joan, do we have an update on that?
It's funny that you ask. Yes, we do. They're still chasing it.
Are you kidding me?
Not kidding you.
When we say chasing it, what does that actually mean? Do you know?
Well, there were reports that the Coast Guard tried to board it, and there was some hostility, and they were not able to.
Okay.
So they're still.
We're trying to decide how we want to handle this.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
And that makes sense. We don't want our men and women in uniform to come into harm's way. God help Iran, though, if they try to, do something against our military and trying to take out some of our folks, because you saw what we did to ISIS in Syria over the weekend. But Trump, of course, embracing peace through strength. And this is what this is all about. So yesterday he comes out, he announces that we're building a whole new fleet of ships. And as you just heard, battleships. And this is something that we need to do. Peace through strength. This is most certainly part of the concept of building these massive battleships.
You used to build the Iowa, the Missouri, the Wisconsin, the Alabama, many others. We had big battleships. These are bigger, but they will have 100 times they'll be 100 times the force, the power, and there's never been anything like these ships. These have been under design consideration for a long time. And it started with me in my first term because I said, why aren't we doing battleships like we used to?
Well, so these things apparently going to be massive, 30 to 40,000 tons. They can hold hypersonic missiles, nuclear-armed cruise missiles if need be, high-powered energy lasers, and Donald Trump is calling this the Golden Fleet.
These are the best in the world. They'll be the fastest, the biggest, and by far 100 times more powerful than any battleship ever built. So if you look at the Iowa, the Missouri, Wisconsin, Alabama, and others, but they were similar in size, some a little bit bigger than the others. But if you take the biggest one, it's 100 times more powerful. They're longer by a little bit, but and they're bigger. They're bigger ships, but they hold much more. They use the word lethality.
So a couple of things. I mean, I don't mean to get technical, but these ships technically are actually, some are saying anyway, are going to be smaller than some of those classic battleships of years past, but they're going to be more compact, meaning they're going to be quicker and they're going to be more efficient as well. Trump, of course, using the phrase Trump class to describe them. Donald Trump puts his name on everything, like literally everything.
What are the other classes? Like, haven't they named classes of ships after
states?
After states.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know what, though, Joan? That's a great point. They've had battleships named after, like, I think they had an Eisenhower.
Yeah.
The USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, the USS Theodore Roosevelt, the USS Abraham Lincoln, the USS George Washington, the Truman, the Reagan,
So it's
and HW has one.
It's kind of fitting that President Trump would name not just one ship, but an entire class
An
of ships
entire
after
fleet.
himself.
The Trump fleet.
Yeah.
And, of course, they're going to be golden, just like the Oval Office.
He said he's going to be designing them, like not designing the ships mechanically,
right?
But he's going to be fitting them aesthetically.
Do you know, just on a side note, Joan, do you know how when they do and you spend a lot of time in Washington, D.C., so I know that you've done this story many times, the Oval Office transition between presidents?
Yeah.
So how long do you think it's going to take them to pry that gold off the wall?
I hope that there are booby traps behind that gold.
I mean, you see all the gold that he's put. Yeah. I mean, listen, I like Donald Trump. He's got a gaudy taste about him, right?
Everything must be gilded. Yes.
Yes, everything must be gilded and golden and everything else. And so, I don't know, am I supposed to be upset? I heard other people making fun or joking or whatever about Trump putting his name on the Kennedy Center.
Oh, let me tell you something. They're about ready to impeach him.
Yeah.
The Democrats over this.
Yeah. I mean, I saw one audio bite. I was laughing yesterday. I don't think that's an important story. Like, I don't. But
I don't either.
There was some Democrat that was saying, oh, my God, it's the end of democracy.
Yes.
And it's like, well, first of all, it wasn't Trump himself. It was the board, but it's the hand-picked board. And I'm sure that, somebody somewhere is following orders but I just don't care. Like, I don't care. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to care or not, but I think that if this is something that the Democrats, if they want to impeach Donald Trump over this, well, then it's just another reason for them to impeach Donald Trump. And that is why the midterm elections are so important.
Yes.
Is because they will impeach Donald Trump for literally anything. By the way, real quickly, a couple of things. Marco Rubio, I believe the best ever Secretary of State, had this to say about the importance of building up our fleet. By the way, one of the ships, do you know what it's going to be called, Joan? The USS Defiant.
I love it.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
All right, here's Marco Rubio.
Industrial power returning. This is the ability, once again, to rebuild, to have industry in the United States. This is generational in the change, not just in terms of applying American war power, increasing our ability to protect the seas. The U.S. Navy is the single biggest source of peace in the world of all of our forces because it gives us a global footprint. But it rebuilds American industrial capacity. The ability to make things again in our country has been critical to what the president's agenda has been all about, and this is a tangible reminder of it. And I know the country's grateful for it, and generations of Americans will be grateful for it. So thank you.
My liberal friend, by the way, sent me a text yesterday. You know what he said? Donald Trump is compensating.
Compensating?
Yeah.
Help me understand.
Because it's the biggest fleet of ships.
See?
Come on, Joan.
The longest fleet of ships.
I didn't want to immediately go down that path, but okay, if you make me, I will.
Donald Trump is my take on all this is he's making sure that we are ready for anything. We've had here's the deal. We've had a couple of really good military moves, military strikes since Donald Trump took office, right? You've got the military strike against Iran, the strikes against the Venezuelan drug boats and the oil tankers, taking over the oil tankers, et cetera. And all of those have been great and flawless. And so we need to be able to execute these types of things. But we have been woefully behind on one aspect of the military and the field of battle that this move from the president is going to be able to catch us up pretty quickly. And we're going to talk about that straight ahead. 626 on Super Talk. Joan's got the news at 6:30. Joan.
Yeah, so one of the big GLP-1 makers has just introduced the first ever pill version of that drug. Got the details coming up here at 6:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Thank you, Joan. Dan Mandis here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Vision for Life. Now, whether you are 20, 40, or 60 years old, Vision for Life has the right procedure to help you see clearly without glasses or contacts. Now, if you're tired of dealing with blurry vision like I was, Dr. Horn at Vision for Life is the name to know in Nashville. Now, Dr. Horn has helped thousands of people finally break free from glasses and contacts. What makes Vision for Life different is that your treatment is tailored just for you. There is no cookie cutter approach, just smart, personalized care using the most advanced technology available. So no matter your age or your eye condition, Vision for Life is the destination for vision correction. Schedule a consultation today and let Dr. Horn create a custom vision plan built around your lifestyle and your vision goals. Call them at 615-436-2020, 615-436-2020, or find them online anytime. Visionforlife.com, 436-2020. As always, tell them Dan Mandis told you to reach out and start seeing life the way it was meant to be seen.
Good morning. It is now 6:32. I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. Well, the same judge that ordered the government to release Kilmar Abrego Garcia last weekend has just given him a free pass to be home for the holidays. Judge Paula Zinnes issued an order yesterday. It prevents the government from re-detaining the Maryland man through the Christmas holiday. His attorney is Simon Sandoval Moshenberg.
To me, at least, it's clear that the government is willing to do whatever it takes, sort of give any legal justification, any factual justification whatsoever to put this man back into a detention center.
Yeah, that would be the play for sure. The Maryland man has another hearing scheduled for Friday. New documents and photos released from the Epstein files and posted to the Department of Justice website late last night after a lot of complaints about the evidence that has been released so far.
Included in those newly released files were numerous pictures of former President Bill Clinton. Clinton yesterday calling for transparency. His spokesman calling on Bondi to release any remaining material that includes him. And yesterday, President Trump was asked about those Clinton photos.
I think Bill Clinton's a big boy. He can handle it.
The DOJ's deputy director would not say whether Clinton is under investigation, and he says that the delay in the release of the documents is to help protect Epstein's victims and not President Trump.
That's ABC's Nicole D'Antonio. For the first time ever, a drug maker has secured the approval of the FDA for a weight loss GLP drug in the form of a pill. So no more shots in the belly. Wegovy maker Novo Nordisk said the pill version will become available in January for $149 a month. Cash-paying patients can get it for the same price through President Trump's new Trump RX. Eli Lilly is expected to launch its own pill version as soon as well. That is the latest news. We've got traffic and weather ahead. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
Thank you, Joan. 6:34, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Dan Mandis here. And if you need to save money on insurance, check out my friends at King and Associates Insurance. Now, so many of my listeners have actually reached out to me and let me know that they've been able to save money big with King and Associates Insurance. Now, one guy that I know, his 16-year-old daughter got into a car accident, but they still saved him thousands of dollars when the time came for new insurance. Because at King and Associates Insurance, they do know that life does happen, and as independent agents, they can find you the best deal for you and your family no matter what. They're going to weed out the non-competitive companies and find the best options for you and keeping the communication flawless. Now, at King & Associates Insurance, they know that it's not only relationships with the best companies that are going to help you, but also bundling home and auto. King & Associates Insurance, they are going to fight for the best deal possible. You want to check them out today. King & Associates Insurance, 615-321-8121. Save money, great insurance with King & Associates Insurance, 615-321-8121. That website, tkinginsurance.com.
Looks like just some spotty delays now on westbound 24 heading into Nashville. And same thing if you're traveling, 65 and 24 at the merge to the north. That's just a little bit slow this morning. You do have a delay on 24 eastbound still while they do some milling and paving work between Old Hickory Boulevard and Waldron Road. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
.638 Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. You know, Joan, I feel like I need a palate cleanser.
Oh, right.
Because I'm reading some of this stuff that's in the Epstein documents that have just been released. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Really?
Yeah, there's something juicy.
Can you share?
Not yet. You know why? Because I want to hear what your choice is for Christmas bumper music for this hour.
Okay, here we go.
All right, Sam, go ahead.
I have traveled many moonless nights, cold and weary, with a babe inside.
Breath of Heaven by Leanna Crawford.
Okay. Is that the story of Mary?
It's the story of Mary.
And Joseph?
Yeah. It's a pretty touching song, and the chorus is a little bit further up in the song here, but yeah, it's very, very moving song. It's called Breath of Life.
You know, I played one of the wise men in a school play.
Yeah.
The only time anybody has ever thought that I was a wise man.
Did you have frankincense or myrrh, or what was the other one?
I have no
Gold.
idea.
Yeah.
I was like 8. Anyway.
Little robe, turban.
Something like that.
Yeah.
There's a picture somewhere in my family of me, up there with a couple of other, and whatever. All right, Thank you very much. Nice song, Joan, as always. Okay, so coming up, one of the reveals in the just dumped Epstein files. Joan, I'm glad the kids are not in school today because of what I'm going to reveal coming up.
Oh, man.
Because it's pretty bad. But first...
As you've heard me say, we will field capability at the speed of the threat in real time, not the comfort level of bureaucracy. We will deliver on a wartime footing, and we will unleash the American industrial base to do it. Competition, accountability, and real output. Steel in the water.
Recent operations from the Red Sea to the Caribbean make the requirement undeniable. Our small surface combatant inventory is a third of what we need. We need more capable blue water small combatants to close the gap.
So that is a little video. I like what they're doing now, Joan. We've been talking about how President Trump came out. He's announcing a new fleet of naval ships, ushering in a new era of naval ship production and building, all, by the way, done here in America. So one of the things that they're doing is, because we are woefully behind, apparently, in our ability to launch drones. It's a big deal, and it is a big problem. So what we're doing now with these new ships, one of the big things that they're going to be able to do is they are going to be able to launch drones and launch them in a big way. This is a headline, a recent headline, actually, in Politico. How did the world's most sophisticated military fall so far behind in drone warfare? That's from Politico. Another one. Why the U.S. military is struggling despite a $900 billion budget. And so we had a commission. And by the way, I guarantee you that you're going to have all of these people, right, that are out there on the left complaining, oh, Donald Trump is wanting to spend all this money on the military. It's not needed and all these other things. Yet these very same media outlets will report that our military is woefully behind in a number of different ways, and it's not for a lack of budget. We had a commission, actually, on why our national defense strategy was so woefully behind. Our priorities are mismanaged. D.C. bureaucracy sure as heck does not help. We spent so much time in Iraq and Afghanistan, the deserts, right, that we're not prepared for, water warfare, if you will. And now China has risen and Russia is emboldened. And so these new ships, they're being built specifically to meet the current and future threats. One of the things that they said regarding these ships is that we can build them and then we can modernize them as they go along. So that is also a very big part of the appeal of these new ships. And yes, they're being built with drone warfare at the forefront, which these days is really important.
Also been clear-eyed about what happens in conflict. Other countries will always prioritize their own fleets, not U.S. ships that depend on foreign industry. That's why this is an American design, backed by American workers, American suppliers, and an established logistics and maintenance network. So wherever the ship sails, when the American flag goes into port, it does so with American industry firmly behind it.
So there you go, the Trump fleet coming to a dock near you, apparently. It is 6:45, and got a lot more coming up, including the... I'm going to try to make this appropriate for radio, but it is slimy. And if you've already taken a shower today, you're going to want to take another one. It is 6:45. Time to check the roads on WTN. At 6:45, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk. By the way, speaking of needing to take a shower, Hunter Biden has done a big interview with Williamson County's own Sean Ryan. And that is a story that is also breaking this morning. And earlier, I played some audio bites from it early on in the 5 o'clock hour. I've got some other bites coming up here as well, as Hunter Biden clearly, I believe anyway, that he is trying to remedy his terrible, terrible reputation. We'll talk about that after the news at 7 here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. As far as your weather goes, breezy this morning, cloudy with a shower this afternoon with a high of 64. Headline from the Daily Mail. Real quickly, what is Sam Balmoral? Balmoral. Go.
It refers primarily to Balmoral Castle, the Scottish Highland retreat and private residence of the British royal family.
Epstein files reveal email from Ghislaine from Balmoral asking for inappropriate friends and signed A. Joan, do you think that's Prince Andrew? Do you think there's a slight possibility that might be from Prince Andrew?
I think the royal family is preventing her from answering.
An email sent to sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell from Balmoral and signed A, XXX, asked her if she had found me some new inappropriate friends to have fun with. The Epstein files have now revealed. The files, which were released today, and this story was just uploaded, I think, like 20 minutes ago from the Daily Mail. It has been a really bad few years for Prince Andrew. I wonder if it was worth it. The files, which were released on Friday, shed new light on the inner world of convicted sex predator Jeffrey Epstein and include an image of his friend Andrew Mountbatten, whatever, Prince Andrew, lying across 5 women. The latest disclosures include a series of emails written between Maxwell and the invisible man, they say, and that's in air quotes, With the email address, you ready for this? This is the email address. abx17@dial.pipex or pipex.com. In August of 2021, the man who signs his messages AXXX writes to Maxwell, I am up here at Balmoral summer camp for the royal family. He claims to be totally exhausted and says the girls are completely shattered. Before asking how Maxwell is, he writes, how's LA? Have you found me some new inappropriate friends? Let me know when you are coming over, as I am free the 25th August until 2nd of September and want to go somewhere hot and sunny with some fun. People.
Oh my God.
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
He says, with some fun people having fun to put my nose firmly to the grindstone for the fall. He concludes, any ideas gratefully received. So he's looking for some inappropriate friends. I think that is, I mean, is it safe to say that he's looking for under 18s?
That's it. I mean, I don't know how else you're supposed to draw anything other than that conclusion. If you're an adult in a consenting adult world, you're just going to say, I'm looking for some fun. You're not going to say that I'm looking for some inappropriate.
No. He says, I am a little off balance, as not only has my office been restructured, I have left the RN, and now my whole life is in turmoil. Apparently, he lost like one of his assistants or his butler or something as well. I wonder how he's doing now. I mean, if he thinks that, back when this was written, that his life had been, restructured then, I mean, does he have anything left, Prince Andrew? Like anything at all? And I don't know, how is he even making, I don't know, where is he living? I don't know, and I really don't care, to be honest with you.
In his daughter's basement.
But he says, you know what, if I were his daughter, I wouldn't want him anywhere near my kids. Especially if she's got daughters. Are you, by the way, you're kidding, right?
No. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is moving to a private residence in the Sandringham Estate in Norfolk, a relocation initiated by King Charles.
So he still is getting.
So yeah, he lost his titles.
Yeah,
and
he lost his
funding.
title and all that kind of stuff, and so now he's just basically living off the family name, but he's living in disgrace, but he's still having everything paid for.
Yeah,
do we know that? Is that
it's kind of what the breakdown is?
Okay. Well, if you're going to go down in disgrace, it's nice to have all your bills paid.
Oh, right, yeah.
If you're Prince Andrew, must be nice. He says, if you have any good ideas on how to get my mind back on track, I'd be grateful for advice. See it real soon. And let's see.
Ew. Just ew.
He is saying, apparently she came back and said, I only have appropriate friends, not inappropriate friends, which I don't even know what that means. But anyway, so this is a damning email. But, we all know about Prince Andrew, or former Prince Andrew. We all know what he did and his proclivities. I don't know if he can fall any farther. I mean, he belongs in jail, to be honest with you, if he was doing stuff with little girls. But, I mean, whatever. I think that there's clear evidence that he, partook in some evil deeds.
Definitely with the Maxwell reply being, I only have appropriate friends. It's straight on the lingo path.
And here's the thing is that, it goes right along with Bill Clinton, allowing a blonde to sit on his lap. And that is, okay, so he put it in email. Like, how dumb are you to put it in email? I mean, this was obviously before text and everything else, I guess. But, I mean, I just don't put anything in email that you don't want splattered on the front page of the New York Times. So he was very brazen about it, Prince Andrew. And so now he is, obviously kind of sort of suffering the consequences. I mean, not really. I mean, all of this stuff is still paid for. He didn't have to do he doesn't have to do all of the royal family stuff, which a lot of the royal family people actually don't like doing. But he's still out there riding horses. He's still out there living in, probably these, fancy castles or whatever they have. Do me a favor, look up the kind of castle that Prince Andrew is living in. I'd just like to see what he's living in. Like, is it a highfalutin kind of a thing?
So he's still currently living in the longtime family home known as the Royal Lodge in Windsor.
Wow.
Which is the big, massive, sprawling estate.
Well, I don't know how he's handling all this, Joan.
It's terrible.
I don't know how he's
bad
coping.
For him, yes.
Yes.
This is also seamy. It's gross.
What's that, Joan?
It's gross. He's gross.
Well, he is gross. I mean, he's always been gross. And the fact that he and, Ghislaine, did I read correctly that Ghislaine, I think this came down when I was on vacation, but she's asking for a pardon or something?
Oh, she has been, yeah.
They better not.
Yeah. Oh, I hope not.
Trump better not, man.
No.
I mean, that's all I'm saying is that I mean, he already knows the crap storm that is going on right now with this whole story. Can you imagine if he gave Ghislaine Maxwell some sort of a pardon?
Oh, he's going to be catching some fleck about the Chrisleys. Their son got arrested again.
Yeah, but it's their son. It's not them. Right?
But it always drags them back into it. In fact, they even sued Rutherford County like in 2024 over his previous arrest down there. Did the Chrisley family.
All right, well, we're going to leave that alone because I don't know a whole lot about that one. So it is 6:54 on Super Talk 99.7. Coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, got some audio on Hunter Biden. Also, did you hear the latest going on? What did we decide to call it, Joan? Is it Somalia soda? Is that what we're calling it?
I kind of like that one. Yeah, Somali soda.
Somali soda. The latest from Somali soda coming up next after the news at 7 on WTN. Joan's got the news at 7. Joan.
Yeah, Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Oh, I think that it's such a nice gesture from a judge. She's going to let him spend the holidays at home. Yeah, that's coming up here at 7 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Thank you, Joan. 6:54 Nashville's Morning News. I was at Contours yesterday, as a matter of fact, and met one of the fine listeners to WTN who was there, and he's loving his new. I'm not sure if he's doing the facials or if he's doing the belly buster specials, but he was there, a WTN listener, and a lot of folks discovering Contours, and they are helping folks across Middle Tennessee with the facials and also their Tennessee famous belly buster specials. And right now, as a matter of fact, Contours has a great deal combining both their belly buster special and those facials to battle those fine lines, both for just $150. Listen, it is the 23rd, right? So we've only got today and tomorrow left. So if you're out of ideas for the person that has everything, how about the gift of self-improvement from my friends at Contours? You can get both the Tennessee famous Belly Buster Special and the facial for $150 if you call this phone number right now. 615-236-9960, 615-236-9960. You can get that special price of $150. Both their Belly Buster Special and the facial treatments, both are powered by cutting-edge and effective red light technology. They are experts in this red light technology. They can help you lose inches across the middle and fine lines on your face. And both right now, $150, belly buster treatment and a facial. That is a great deal. First 10 callers right now, tell them Dan told you to reach out at 615-236-9960, 615-236-9960. If you'd like more information on how red light technology can help you, find them online, contoursllc.com, contoursllc.com.
7 o'clock now, and I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is staying out of ICE custody at least through the end of the year. Those are his supporters after a judge extended a restraining order after ruling that his detention was unlawful. Now, the government must outline its next steps by December 26th. Abrego Garcia was previously deported to El Salvador, later returned to face human smuggling charges in Tennessee, for which a trial, by the way, is scheduled for January 26th here in Nashville. A wrong order at a Nashville chicken restaurant has led to a gun threat. Here's what police had to say about what happened.
Nashville man faces charges after police say he pointed a gun at two Zaxby's drive-through workers over a botched order. Officers responded to the Charlotte Avenue location Friday after reports of the threat. According to an affidavit, 52-year-old Terrence Holmes was upset about his, quote, very specific order and allegedly told workers, quote, I'll shoot y'all because I'm not going through this today. Holmes was later arrested at his home and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Market numbers now brought to you by Beacon Capital Management, online at beaconcm.com.
Investors began this holiday shortened trading week with advances for the major stock averages. The Dow Jones gained 228 points to finish Monday's session at 48,362. The S&P added 0.6%. Tech shares lifted the Nasdaq 0.5%. The latest shot in the war of words between the U.S. and China has taken down drones. Citing national security concerns, the FCC has banned the importation and sale of new drones from foreign manufacturers, including China's DJI. Somebody could be in for the Christmas of a lifetime, maybe several lifetimes. Nobody picked correctly in last night's Powerball jackpot, so the top prize in the Christmas Eve drawing will be one of the biggest ever, $1.7 billion. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Stock futures now all pointing down. We've got the Dow futures minus 29, NASDAQ futures down 14 points, and the S&P futures are minus 3. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather are up next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News. All right, so we have a crash in Rudderville. This is on I-840, the westbound lanes past Arno Road. Crash reported in that spot this morning. Still working on the roadway on 24 eastbound between Old Hickory Boulevard and Waldron Road. The right lane is blocked off by it. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
7:06, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hey, Joan.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait for 7:35. You know who's going to be here at the somewhat dusty studio here?
President Trump.
No. Stuart McWhorter.
Close.
Deputy Governor and Commissioner of Economic and Community Development. When I was on vacation, I'm fascinated by this stuff. Latest on this $6.6 billion deal between the U.S. and the South Korean-based Korea Zinc that was going to bring huge amount of money to Tennessee. So he's going to be here to talk about that and, deals from 2025, kind of reflecting back on 2025. And more importantly, what is coming up in 2026. So looking forward to talking to Stuart McWhorter. Coming up at 7:35 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. By the way, don't forget, you can always watch the radio show on line if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, if you're on X, and Rumble, 99.7 WTN.com. All of those things, you can watch the radio show. And from what I understand, it's a thrilling exercise. Let's see here. It's my bad. I shouldn't say that. You know what? People love Joan Jones.
Oh, stop.
And people love Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And people comment on my hats. 98 Minnesota mayors have now warned Tim Walz and the people in charge that locally, the fiscal policies are hurting the cities, residents, and local budgets. So, they have now misplaced, is it $9 billion? Not misplaced. They have lost to fraud $9 billion. Now, apparently, that could be as high as $18 billion. I mean, this is insanity. Now, I've been sort of away from the daily grind of this story and all that it entails. But over the last couple of days, $18 billion has simply disappeared. Now, everybody knows where it went, the Somalians. But what all this means is that they could have a multi-billion-dollar deficit heading into the year 2028. So that's what all these 98. Hey, can you look up for me how many mayors are in Minnesota? I'd be willing to bet, Joan, there's 99 mayors in Minnesota and one mayor in the state of Minnesota did not sign on to this letter, and it would be the mayor of Minneapolis who had to eat that goat meat. Remember that? Maybe still recovering from that. Moving right along. So we all know what has happened in Minnesota. You got the answer, Sam? How many mayors are in Minnesota? He's Googling very quickly.
Because it's all broken down by like city size.
Oh, too bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, start counting. But we all know what happened in Minnesota. We have the very powerful and corrupt Somalian community in the state, and they've been fraudulently ripping off the state's taxpayers for years, both immigration fraud and fraud in the social services program. Investigators now say that the fraud could reach somewhere between $9 billion and $18 billion in 14 programs. They're going back, and it's almost like every time they pick up a rock, there's more hundreds of millions of dollars in fraud that they find. I don't even know if they realize what they've uncovered, the gravity of what these Somalis in Minnesota have been doing in ripping off the taxpayers in Minnesota. I would be curious to know how the residents of Minnesota, the Americans in Minnesota, I would love to know how they feel about all of this. By the way, as you know, these programs include housing, programs for autistic children and child nutrition, among others. And so as all of this was going on, this is one of the updates to the story. Back in 2022, a speech by none other than Tim Walz has been uncovered and hit the internet last night, where he was talking about how he is so appreciative, Tim Walz, governor, so appreciative of the Somalian community in Minnesota.
We know there is no separating Minnesota of who we are from our Somali brothers and sisters. It is such a part of it is part of who we are.
All right, so there he is saying it's who we are, doing all that we can to support our brothers and sisters of Somalia. So that is, again, a new video that has surfaced of Tim Walz. As all of this is going on, he was out there courting their incredibly powerful vote. Because, this is all about, a couple of things, fraud, but also power in politics. Because as I've explained before, these Somalians or Somalis, they are, as a group, they're powerful. Their vote. Because if you don't get the Somali vote in Minneapolis, you're not going to get Minneapolis. And if you don't get Minneapolis, then you're not going to win the state of Minnesota. And by the way, Tim Walz is running for re-election. Do you think the Democrats in Minnesota will vote him in yet again? I bet you they will. They're just that dumb. So he was all about, Tim Walz in this speech, he was all about giving them everything that he could to get those votes and keep his power.
It's such a good part of who we are in every aspect of our life. And the opportunity that we have in Minnesota, as we said, to make sure there is no reason that every single person in Minnesota has to go to bed hungry at night. We have the ability to feed everyone, to make sure every child goes to school. There's no reason to have lunch tickets and lunch counters and lunch money and that. We have the ability to provide universal meals for breakfast and lunch to every single Minnesotan.
So there you have Tim Walz, and he is saying, "Oh, we could just feed everybody. There's no reason why anybody should, take responsibility for themselves and their families. No, we can go ahead and feed everybody." Out there ensuring in 2022 that these Somalians are well fed and well taken care of. I don't know why they had to do the go through the trouble of all the fraudulent programs when state of Minnesota will just take care of everything that they could possibly need. Why did they have to go through all the fraud in the first place? These comments, by the way, not aging well. 81%. Because you just heard him say, we can feed the Somalians and we can help all the Somalians with housing and everything. And so those comments, again, not aging well. 81% of Somalian immigrants are on some sort of welfare benefit. 81%. 89% of Somalian immigrants with kids are also on some sort of benefits. And so, of course, we're talking about food stamps and Medicaid and cash welfare and the rest. All the while, the cities are going under and the mayors are panicking. In that letter to state lawmakers and Governor Tim Walz, the 98 mayors expressing concern and frustration said the state was slipping in national economic rankings. Here's what they say. Fraud, unchecked spending, and inconsistent fiscal management in St. Paul have trickled down to our cities, reducing our capacity to plan responsibly, maintain infrastructure, hire and retain employees, and sustain core services without overburdening local taxpayers. The letter states, cities across the state now face workforce shortages, slowed business investment, rising operational and construction costs, and families choosing to leave Minnesota altogether. In addition, the mayors noted potential property tax increases as a result of unfunded state mandates and costs that force cities to shift the burden to residents and businesses, but certainly not the Somalis.
And the Democrats thought Tim Walz and Kamala Harris could save the country.
Oh, this makes them look even worse, if it's possible. 7:15, time to check the roads on WTN. As far as your weather goes, breezy this morning, cloudy with a shower, high of 64 today. generally speaking, a nice day, at least for me, and appreciate you listening to. By the way, somebody called this Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
So that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Murphy Show took all the fun out of me saying it's Friday Eve on Thursdays. So, because he said he'd kick a puppy if somebody did that.
Oh, yeah.
So remember that whole thing?
I do.
So
yeah.
it took all the wind out of my sails when I'd come on Thursday and say it was Friday Eve.
But did he specify the puppy?
No, because there are some dogs I believe that deserve to be kicked. I'm totally kidding. I'm
well,
kidding.
there's some dogs that could take it and then bite back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Kick a pit bull, they'll tip your foot off. Moving right along.
Way to wade into that argument, Dan.
What? I didn't say anything. It's moving right along. And now the pit bull people are going to be mad at me.
Yeah.
Listen,
Good job, Dan. Good.
Have I ever told you the story? The first talk radio topic I ever did was pit bulls.
Oh, you did not.
And it was the last time I ever talked about pit bulls. Lord have mercy. Anyway, but we are staying with the Somalia soda, which is what we're talking about with Tim Walz, Governor Tim Walz from the state of Minnesota. And here's more from that didn't age well speech from 2022.
There's no reason we shouldn't be able to house every Minnesotan with investments to make sure that they're culturally appropriate ways that we can make sure we lend and have.
Yeah, but don't you just love the idiocy and the wokeness of the housing? Because remember, he not only wants to give the Somalis housing, but they've also got to be culturally appropriate.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
What does that mean? They raise goats to eat in their back and front yard?
It's crazy.
Was that racist? I don't think that's racist. They do. They eat goat meat. That was the whole thing. Jacob Fry, right? The Minneapolis
mayor. You don't
mayor.
have to get his name right.
No, I don't care about his name. Anyway, yeah. So now we got it. So now in order, the people of Minnesota, not only do they have to pay for their housing, but they've also got to do it in a culturally appropriate way. Good Lord.
There's no reason we shouldn't be able to house every Minnesotan with investments to make sure that they're culturally appropriate ways that we can make sure we lend and have the ability to build housing to transfer wealth down through generationally. And there's absolutely no reason that anyone in Minnesota, especially our children, shouldn't have the option for affordable quality health care. We have the best providers in the world, and we have the capacity to do that.
This dude he is really a socialist. Like, if you listen to everything that he said, food will be paid for by the government. Housing will be paid for by the government. And every person in Minnesota will be on government single-payer medical benefits. I mean,
he's a disaster.
He is an absolute, I don't know who he's talking to, but yay. Let's go do socialism. Meantime, we got all these 98 Can you imagine the amount of fraud in Minnesota if they actually went full bore socialism? I mean, good Lord.
Thank our friends in the legislature. I know Steve Elkins is here and others. We have a budget that reflects those values. We have a budget that reflects the care that you see in this room and the sense of community. So I, along with you, as I'm thinking and reflecting on what kind of world do we want to live in, I'm just grateful that there's folks here that are trying to make that world a reality.
Yeah, sure. Make that world a reality. Remember, of course, those Somalis are sending that money back to Somalia. It ends up in the coffers of al-Shabaab. I told you about that a couple of weeks ago. What's crazy about this video is he is appraising the Somali fraudsters. He knows at the time of this speech, 2022, right? He knows at the time of this speech that the fraud is going on because this is the time, Joan, where 480 Minnesota DHS staffers accused Walz of retaliation when they spoke up about the fraud. Ugh. So he knew this was going on at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And these Somalis were living the high life. Do you know what I'd love to do? Do you guys remember, what was the lifestyles of the rich and famous?
So Charlotte.
If anybody knows how to do an AI version of lifestyles of the rich and famous and portray the average Somalian living or the Somali living in Minnesota, where you've got that that dude with the British accent or whatever. And they've got, private lakefront villas and lakefront property and first class plane tickets and fancy cars and homes and the rest of it. As I'm looking at this segment, I'm thinking, oh, if I only could use AI to do, an example of lifestyles of the rich and famous and the Somalis living the high life in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Off the taxpayer's dime. Oh, I'd be mad if I were in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Fox News, by the way, and I'm not going to go on and on about this, but apparently I'm going to. Fox News actually had a segment where they're able to pinpoint exactly how culpable Tim Walz, the Minnesota AG Keith Ellison, he is, again, the state's attorney general, and Ilhan Omar are in all of this because not only did they know that this was going on, but they got in the way of investigations and complaints.
Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz, Attorney General Keith Ellison. We see a web of connections between them and those directly involved in the fraud. For example, Ilhan Omar alleged enabling introducing the 2020 Meals Act, which was ultimately subject to fraud. Held a campaign victory party at the Safari restaurant. That's where one of the men who run that restaurant has associations to the convicted individuals. And then there's Tim Walz. House oversight investigation role in his role as governor, or Keith Ellison, the attorney general. His job is to enforce the law in Minnesota, but instead he's getting donations after meeting with the Feeding Our Future representatives. The Feeding Our Future, the biggest known yet part of this entire theft rate.
Yeah, so Keith Ellison, the attorney general, meets with the higher ups in the organization that was where they found the most fraud. He meets with them, and then all of a sudden, he's getting campaign donations from this organization that he clearly chose not to investigate. Gotta love the Democrats, man. I just tell you. Between Gavin Newsom, Tim Walz, the idiocy of Kamala Harris, of course, Joe Biden, it is stunning that people would ever vote for this group again. It is 7:23 on Nashville's Morning News. Super text line is open, by the way, 615-737-9986. Joan's got the news at 7:30. Joan, what you got?
Yeah, a Metro Nashville police officer just decommissioned. We'll tell you why. Also, things are happening at Brown University. Somebody has lost their job now. Over the shooting there, the deadly shooting that happened, a week and a half ago. Those stories coming up here at 7:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Thank you, Joan. It is 7:24 in Nashville's Morning News. Dan Mandis here for my friends at DT McCall's. Now, these folks at DT McCall's, I know them personally, and these are great Tennesseans, great Americans, and they love WTN, and they appreciate that Tennessee is a great state, and they have as many of their items made right here in the volunteer state as possible. Now, they also feature great prices, great selection, terrific value. And I was a customer before. I was an endorser. I've been telling you for years about DT McCall's. They've been helping people out for, count them, 4 generations. And if you need it, they've got it at DT McCall's. Indoor furniture. If you've got a room to fill, go to DT McCall's. If you need an appliance, if you need something that plugs in, they've got it. And they've, again, always got specials going on to save you money. Go to the front page of their website. When I need something that plugs in, when I need, a piece of furniture or a furniture set, an appliance, I go to dtmccalls.com. They've got specials all the time on the best brands of appliances like washer and dryer sets, dishwashers, and a whole lot more. Again, 4 generations. They've been at it for over 100 years with a focus on customer service. And if you buy it, they'll deliver it for free and haul away the old stuff. I just bought a new refrigerator from them just a scant few weeks ago. 5 locations across Middle Tennessee: Carthage, Cookeville, Lebanon, Lafayette, and Franklin. Always online, dtmccalls.com.
Good morning, now 7:30, and I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. A Metro Nashville police officer out of a job this morning. 38-year-old Chetan Babar has been decommissioned. He's facing DUI charges. Here's Channel 4's Alexandria Adams.
We have learned that he hit the back of an Uber that was stopped at a red light at 9th Avenue and Broadway. Witnesses say that he left, but then he hit a building. Police saying that Barber got out and then ran off. Officers found him close to home, and they said that he smelled of alcohol.
Babar had to be treated at a hospital for the injuries he sustained in that second crash. A memorial for Brown University student Ella Cook yesterday, one of the two shooting victims. Here's Reverend Paul Zoll.
We've come to honor Ella Cook, to thank God for her light and her life, and hopefully to make some consoling renewed contact with the love which animated her.
Meantime, a Brown University custodian tells the Boston Globe that he voiced suspicions about the shooter to a campus security guard. He said Claudio Neves Valente had been stalking the campus for weeks before the shooting. Brown University's police chief has been put on leave effective immediately. His name is Rodney Chapman, and the Department of Education is now investigating Brown University to see if the school violated a law that requires colleges and universities to meet certain campus safety requirements in order to receive federal student aid. Finally, guess who's running for Congress? George Conway, former husband of Kellyanne Conway, running for an open house seat in New York. He was once a Trump supporter who now calls the president psycho, mentally unfit, a fascist, and more dangerous than ever. Conway was a founder of the disgraced political action committee called the Lincoln Project. That's the latest news. We've got traffic and weather ahead. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News. Another low volume morning. So no real delays to speak of this morning. On the eastbound side of 24, they're still working on a milling and paving project with the right lane blocked off Old Hickory Boulevard to Waldron Road. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
All right, 7:35, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We are picking the Christmas bumps. And Sammy, what is yours? Producer Sam. This sounds like an 80s band. Is it?
Def Leppard.
No, it's not. Oh. Joan's laughing at
Dan Mandez.
Joan's laughing at how easily I'm impressed with Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Bring it up. Bring it up. Man, I love Def Leppard. Joan, you familiar with Def Leppard?
Oh yeah, I listen to them all the time.
See, this is
one of
Joan.
my favorites.
This is Joan
rock out.
lying.
Yeah.
Actually.
Rocket Man.
No, that's Elton John.
Oh, sorry.
All right, moving right along.
Yeah.
But you know what?
It sounds lovely, though. I give it that.
Do you know what I like, though? Is that Stuart McWhorter, Deputy Governor and Commissioner of Economic and Community Development, when Sam said it was Def Leppard, Stuart McWhorter started, banging his head like he's all about Def Leppard like me. Are you like a headbanger from way back?
I am. I love Def Leppard.
Look at that.
Yeah.
All new level of respect.
Armageddon was a good album.
Armageddon was a good album. And really, Armageddon?
Yeah. It was kind of the new, the drummer, he lost his arm.
Sure.
And they had to, kind of tech up their music because he was, a one-armed drummer. And they really changed their...
Can you recite Pour Some Sugar on Me?
No, I can't recite. I'm not going to recite that.
Come on, man.
It's a great song,
Walk
though.
This Way. What?
You and me, babe. Hey, hey. Okay, this is not what you wanted to do.
That would have been, if I'd been a stripper, that would have been my song of choice.
Okay, moving right along.
Oh, my gosh. Always goes right down the hole with you guys.
He does. What is wrong with you? We got Stuart McWhorter here, and you're throwing down stripper stuff. All right, now we did ask, this was great, Joan. So I asked Stuart McWhorter. All right, Stuart.
Yeah.
Give me your favorite Christmas song. And he was stumped. He couldn't come up with one. So then I asked him, what is your favorite band? And it was Van Halen. So then we couldn't find Van Halen that had ever actually done a Christmas song. However, Sammy Hagar has done a Christmas song. And by the way, another bonding moment between Stuart McWhorter and I is he likes the Sammy. This might be controversial.
Could be.
So if you ever run for public office and you have to be voted in,
yeah.
the David Lee Roth fans might come after you. But
it could be.
He and I both agree that Sammy Hagar era of Van Halen, otherwise known as Van Hagar,
right,
was the best iteration of Van Halen.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Stop it, Jones. Just stop it. She likes to try to kiss my butt sometimes.
It's Christmas.
It is Christmas. So let's play. This is Sammy Hagar's very popular original Christmas song. It is called Santa's Going South for Christmas. And it was released. He debuted this in 2010. Apparently there is a Toby Keith version as well in 2011. I guess I've never heard this. So Sam, go ahead and play this.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah.
I like it. All right. So that's yours.
I love that.
So can I ask you a personal question? Take that down. So can I ask you like
Sure.
So you and I are the same age, 57.
Yeah.
Right? Clearly you like the headbanging stuff too.
Yeah.
Did you ever have long hair like I did?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Okay.
I had wings though. I like whatever parted down the middle, hair going
yeah?
back.
Yeah. Okay.
That was kind of a thing with the members only jacket, kind of cool thing.
I had members only and the little alligator thing going on here. I forget what those were called.
The visuals you're giving all of us, guys. Whew.
So I had, of course, hair down to the middle of my back.
Okay.
And I will admit, Joan, that I did very much look like Axl Rose because I had the beard rocking too.
Well.
And then look what happened.
Then that happened. Age.
Completely and totally bald.
Well, I was Ace Frehley for Halloween one.
Were you really? With the whole makeup and everything?
I had the whole thing,
you
man.
did not.
I wish I had pictures. I know I do somewhere.
I was going to say, you have to have pictures of that.
I looked just like Ace Frehley.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure. Which one was he? Was he the
Star.
He was
the star child or whatever?
Yeah, he was the star guy. He had the star.
Very good. Have you heard, just real quickly, then we'll get down to business, but you being such a Van Halen fan, have you heard David Lee Roth try to sing lately?
I haven't.
Man, go if you go to YouTube.
Yeah.
This is what I do in my spare time. Is I go to try to decipher David Lee Roth singing on stage in Las Vegas. It is not a pretty sight. All right. Stuart McWhorter, Deputy Governor and Commissioner of Economic and Community Development. You've had a huge year.
It's been a great year.
It seems to me. So the latest, and this came down when I was on vacation, but give me the lowdown on the $6.6 billion deal between the U.S. and this South Korea-based Korea Zinc. I know it's a deal with America, but really, I mean, this brings a lot of money to Tennessee.
It does. Yeah, we're real excited about this project. So, if you remember, we talked about this last time I was in, but the governor and I were in Asia in October, and we were in Taiwan, Korea, and Japan, and we actually had a meeting with Korea Zinc, and they were sharing their plans to be in the U.S. and to set up a manufacturing facility in the U.S. And so we were one of many states competing for it, and it moved fast because, as you know, and you can read articles about it, the U.S. Government and Korea Zinc and Korea were all part of this trade deal that they did. And so fast forward, they chose Tennessee. They're going to set up a production facility in Clarksville, and then there's actually another facility in Smith County, which is a great win for us because Smith County doesn't get projects such as this. And these are high-wage, high-paying jobs. But it's a smeltering plant, so they're going to basically be bringing a lot of the the raw material into the facility. It's a high production facility for non-ferrous metals and and certain kind of strategic metals that are really important. Basically it's competition with China. China owns 80-90% of the market here.
Yeah.
With these rare earth minerals, and this is a big play of the U.S. government, and Tennessee gets to play a part of this.
Have you found that President Trump is a good partner with Tennessee in trying to bring these companies here to Tennessee? Because I know that his arch enemy is, and our arch enemy, in my opinion, one of them is China.
Right. Yeah, I think the Trump administration's been a great partner to our state. We have, obviously, the governor goes to D.C. often, speaks with the White House often. They know the Trump administration knows that Tennessee is the best state for business. And, we're very aggressive with projects such as this. I mean, we compete with a lot of states, particularly in the Southeast, but we see ourselves as a state that can lead the nation in terms of projects like Korea Zinc, and that, both the company and the federal government saw Tennessee as a great place to land this project. $6.6 billion capital investment. That's the largest single project announced by the state of Tennessee ever.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's great. And so Smith County, just focus on that for a minute, because I'm fascinated by this stuff. So is this a plant that has already been built or is going to be built?
It's a plant. So in Smith County, there's actually a mine there that's been in operation, in and out of operation for a while. And part of the deal is Korea Zinc identified a company up in Clarksville called Nyerstar, and they are part of this project, and they have mines, around the state. There's other mines as well. But interestingly, Korea Zinc is going to import a lot of the raw material into this facility. This is going to be a processing facility mostly. It is mining, but it's mostly processing to the tune of like 500,000 tons of this stuff annually, which is, like 10x to what they've done before.
So I'm really curious. They're going to send all of this imported material into Tennessee. And it's more cost efficient for them to do it here than, I'm trying to figure out what's in it for them.
Well, this is not, in terms of the specifics of their business plan, I don't have privy information. I don't really know, but this is the world versus China, and when you think about the amount of rare earth material that China basically owns and has, and that's why we're doing this, because as we see down the road, if we're not competitive and find ways to produce this ourselves. I mean, a lot of this is around aerospace and defense. Semiconductors is big play. A lot of, around semiconductors. We have to be producing a lot of the semiconductors ourselves and manufacturing those. And that's just not all. That's not a Tennessee. It could happen in Tennessee, but really this is about the U.S. having the ability to manufacture very critical components to be competitive. And, from a national security perspective, I think this is why it's so important. So we're excited about it. I think we're going to see likely more of these down the road. If you follow what's going on in D.C. with tariffs and these trade deals and what the U.S. wants to do, they want these, obviously. Korea Zinc is an example of the projects they want to be in the United States. We feel Tennessee is going to be just in a as good a spot or better than most states to compete for these projects.
The battle with AI and the semiconductors and all of that, how do we as a state put ourselves in that position? Is it to attract that business? Is it like regulatory? Is it, the things that we build? I mean, how does that work?
So I think it's a number of things. Power, having access to power is a big deal. We think about AI and the amount of power required to power up these data centers, as an example. And we talked about this before. Is TVA is our power provider in the state and a great partner of ours. And we're actually very fortunate. I think the state of Tennessee is very fortunate to have TVA as a power partner, power provider. But you have to have access to power. So what does that mean? So you have to think about the new technologies that are out there, whether it's nuclear and new nuclear, which we've talked about, or other types of advanced power generation type opportunities. Oak Ridge National Labs and Oak Ridge is a key asset for the state of Tennessee because of the Manhattan Project and all the things happening there. That's a big deal. You think about TVA and their ability to power up and, again, think about the generation of power. And then the last thing is, I think super important here is just workforce. And I think part of what's happened in Tennessee over the last 7 years under Governor Lee is investing in our workforce, investing in the technical skills and the trades, making sure that when companies come to our state, they know they have access to a workforce that's skilled and readied. And that's, I think, really extremely valuable for us to be able to offer that in these projects, whether they're coming here for the first time or a company that's here expanding. They need to know that they have access to that workforce.
Do you think the Tennessee Promise is something that has really helped cultivate a workforce here in the volunteer state?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Tennessee Promise has been a great program for the state of Tennessee. It's giving access to families and individuals that may not have that otherwise. People who come here, whether it's families or whether it's CEOs of companies that are looking to come to our state, recognize that as a key component to their decisions. So yeah, it's worked well, and I think we were one of the first states to do that, and other states now are trying to figure out how they can offer something similar. They see that as a real win for their states, just like it has in Tennessee.
I wonder, and I wish there was a way to find the data, and maybe you have it, but how many families and how many people have been sort of lifted out of poverty thanks to the technical training, the free technical training that the Tennessee Promise offers Tennesseans? Do you have that?
I don't have the data on that.
I'm such a fan of that because I don't want to get into this argument or discussion, but I'm somewhat anti-college. I love the skills, the trades, and all that kind of stuff because I think that AI is taking a lot of the jobs that college graduates have and so forth. And so I'm just curious if somewhere within Tennessee, is there a stat that we can share of the success?
We could definitely get you some information on that. I know the data is there. I will say that this year, this count, we talked about how great a year 2025's been. I mean, of all the projects we've announced, we call them high wage, high skilled jobs, and these are paying hourly wage above the county median wage, and we're at 100% this year. We've all the projects we've announced have been at the wage that the companies have agreed to, or is above the county median wage, which is a big deal. And what that also means is that you talk about technical trades. These jobs of tomorrow are in a lot of ways you're learning how to operate automation and robotics, and it's taking that trade to a different level, and you're learning on the job. You've got employers investing in you, so you're not having to go to a 4-year institution and going in some cases into debt, to get that degree. You're learning on the job. So you think about the opportunities that a lot of individuals now have. And it's not just these, sort of low wage manufacturing jobs. They're out there because you have to have that too. We get that. But a lot of companies that are coming to our state are investing in all this capital and this automation, and they have to have the people to operate that. Forget about AI. You got to have that, but you also have to have the people on the floor operating the machines and the computers and all the automation that goes into it. And so we believe, because of all the investments we've made in the state, not just during Governor Lee's time, but certainly prior to that, we believe that we're well positioned, as a state to continue to grow in that capacity.
So real quick, just using the Korea Zinc as an example, Smith County. So they come in there, you've got these plants that you're going to reconfigure, use, revitalize, whatever. So then the people in Smith County, they're trained how to do these specific tasks?
Yeah, they'll be. So Korea Zinc, when they announced the project, about 740 or 750 jobs. And it's about, as I understand, it's about 50-50 in terms of the Clarksville employment and Smith County employment. And again, these are
small communities, so that's a ton of jobs.
It's a ton of jobs, and they're good paying jobs. I mean, this is a big deal for Smith County.
Well, yeah, and then because then you've got all the local businesses and
That's
the
right.
restaurants, and it filters out from there.
And we don't talk enough about what you just said. We talk about the project, 740 jobs. We talk about the CapEx, but you follow where those dollars go. And they go into the communities. A lot of these companies want to invest in the communities. They want to hire local trades, whether it's construction companies or accounting firms or law firms, any of those. They want to, typically they'll tell you, we want to work locally. We feel there's value in hiring local trades, local companies to help us build what we're building here. And that does have a ripple effect in a community. And that's why I think projects like this are so important, particularly in the rural parts of our state.
There are so many. I pulled out just some of the things that have happened in 2025. Is it Hankook?
Hankook. Yes.
Hankook Tires.
Yes.
You've got the Aluco Group, if I'm saying that
Aluco,
correct.
yes.
I mean, do you have a favorite of what you've accomplished? I asked this of the Attorney General yesterday.
Yeah.
What was his favorite case that he's presided over as far as the Attorney General? Do you have a favorite? Favorite deal?
I think the ones like Aluco, we just announced Aluco last week, and that was in Lauderdale County in Halls, Tennessee. They went into an old building that was a Tupperware building. It sat vacant for decades. And they chose to go to that building. It fit what they needed, but the community, I mean, that's the highlight of that community. The mayor that's been there for a long time has always wanted to see that building come back to life. To me, those are the most exciting projects, because you see a community come rally together. It's, again, a lot of jobs, high wage jobs, and opportunities for these rural communities, so people have opportunity right there. They don't have to drive across county border lines to another job.
It can be a lifesaver for these communities.
It absolutely can.
$36.3 million aluminum battery casings plant in Madison County.
Yeah,
just talking about
right.
that. All right,
That's
so what's ahead real quick for 2026? Anything you can talk about?
Well, we're going to really focus on a few things. I think we're going to continue to keep our foot on the gas on nuclear. We believe that's the future. We've got some great opportunities. I think we're going to go into 2026 very busy with announcements first quarter. So that's just we as a state are in a good position there.
Love it.
We're going to continue to focus on aerospace and defense. A lot of that's because of where you see Korea Zinc. With rare earth minerals, you're going to see the same in aerospace and defense. And we believe we're in a great opportunity in the Southeast. You have, lots of things happening in our state, and certainly just south of us in Huntsville even though that's Huntsville, Alabama, as a state, we will benefit from the activity there.
It does help if we keep it in the southern region.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And there'll be a lot of opportunity for us to collaborate with the state of Alabama, with Huntsville, on projects such as what's been announced and what we believe is coming. We believe the state's in a great position for pharmaceutical and biotech. Again, a lot of the same lines as you think about what's happening around the world and in the U.S., particularly in antibiotics. We have to have a supply of that, or otherwise we're in a really going to be in a tough,
position.
very, very vulnerable, tough spot.
Yeah.
And then automotive is always going to be a focus of our state. You probably saw what's going on in Blue Oval City with Ford. They're making a switch on the product that's coming out of that. But we have over 1,000 automotive suppliers in our state. That's always going to be a strong industry cluster for us in Tennessee. And then I would say the last thing I'd say, Dan, is watch what's going on in Chattanooga and in Oak Ridge with quantum and supercomputing. And there's what's happened with Chattanooga and their investment in fiber over many years and maybe decades now. That's a backbone that's very strong, very unique in our state. We're going to look at how that continues to play into both AI and supercomputing and being competitive globally. We have something that's super special here in our state that we want to make sure that we are able to utilize as an asset to recruit businesses from around the globe.
Love it. Well, congratulations on a great 2025. Good luck in 2026. I know you'll be back with us. Yep. And again, good luck and keep us posted on everything going on.
Will do. Thank you.
Stuart McWhorter, Deputy Governor and Commissioner of Economic Community Development for the state of Tennessee. Joan's got the news at 8 o'clock. Joan.
Yeah, coming up, we have some breaking news on the economy. An important report about gross domestic product just out, and we've got the details for you coming up here at 8 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Dan Mandis here, 7:57 this month. Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. They are spreading holiday cheer with amazing deals and, yes, community giving as well. It's all about saving you money, and not a lot of companies, as you know, are doing that these days, trying to save you money, but Busy Bee is. And one example, call Busy Bee, upgrade your water heater, and get a free 10-year parts warranty if you've got a clogged main line. Take advantage of Busy Bee's 93 or free offer. If they can't get your drains flowing, you pay nothing. Great deals from a fantastic HVAC company, one of Tennessee's best, Busy Bee HVAC. Find details on all of these great offers and more at busybeehvac.com. busybeehvac.com. Call them, tell them Dan told you to reach out. 615-775-7833, 615-775-7833, busybeehvac.com.
8:01 now. I'm Joan Jones with your top stories, and we have breaking news to start us off here. The Commerce Department just releasing a report on the growth of the economy, taking economists by surprise. The U.S. economy grew at a robust 4.3% in the third quarter, and that far outpaces expectations. The gross domestic product measures the value of all goods and services produced across the economy. Last quarter, growth came in at 3.8%. Again, on the third quarter growth, it came in at 4.3%. So your boss calls you to a meeting and the whole office piles in. But while everyone's in the meeting, someone else is stealing everyone's credit cards. This happened at 2 Lakeview Place in Nashville last week. This victim speaking to Channel 4.
It makes you feel terrible. It's scary. It's deflating thinking that somebody, one, has the ability to do this, and two, that somebody would stoop as low to do this. I know
the thief racked up thousands of dollars of charges at the mall at Green Hills. Police do have her on video surveillance along with another man. They hope to catch the pair soon. President Trump is getting under the Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro's skin. Here's what he told a reporter yesterday.
He can do whatever he wants. It's all right. Whatever he wants to do. If he wants to do something, if he plays tough, it'll be the last time he's ever able to play tough.
Now Maduro is trying to get the world body to rally around him. ABC's Allison Kosick.
On Monday, Maduro sent a letter to the United Nations calling the U.S. seizing of tankers acts of piracy and illegal acts of violence. The UN Security Council has scheduled a meeting today to discuss Venezuela, Russia and China pledging to support Venezuela.
Meantime, the U.S. Coast Guard is still pursuing that third sanctioned oil tanker. The U.S. has obtained a seizure warrant for that ship based on its prior involvement in the Iranian oil trade. Locally, we've learned that the Dalt's American Grill has abruptly closed down. It will no longer be in business. The staple for 45 years on White Bridge Road said in a brief Facebook message that they've chosen not to renew their lease. They had never fully recovered, they said, from the pandemic. Weight loss drugs may be soon added to TennCare.
Tennessee is moving to expand TennCare coverage to include weight loss drugs like Wegovy and Ozempic. Supporters say the change could help fight obesity and prevent costly health problems down the road. But critics warn the move could drive up state spending, with some drugs costing more than $11,000 a year per patient. The proposal still in the rule-making process. Could take effect in 2026 if it passes. Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Market numbers brought to you by Beacon Capital Management, online at beaconcm.com. Even though we did have that stronger than expected GDP report, the Dow futures are down 89, NASDAQ futures falling 57, and the S&P futures are down 12 points right now. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
Dan Mandis here, 8:04 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Sam, you've got to really wave your... You know what I'm listening to, Joan?
Oh, I thought you fell asleep.
No, I wasn't falling asleep. I'm listening to CNBC.
Oh,
You might as well be falling asleep.
No.
Talking about
the GDP.
Mm-hmm. And how are they framing it?
You want to hear it real quick?
Yeah, I do.
All right, hold on real quick. And then we'll get back to on time. This is CNBC.
GDP, second time around the block, delayed. Third quarter numbers, we're looking for 3.3. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
That's what they said, Joan. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom.
That's what they said.
4.3%. 4.3%. That is a nice jump. And I know many may question day the gathering, but on the surface, this would be the strongest quarter going back to the third quarter of 2023 when it was 4.7. This is strong. 3.5 on consumption blows away the 2.7 we were expecting. That will be the best since the last quarter of 24. On the price index, here's some not good news. 3.8% on the price index. That's much higher than 2.7 we were looking for.
That's okay. We'll take the zoom, zoom, zoom win.
You betcha we will.
I'm not sure what a price index is, to be honest. Do you know what a price index is? You worked for the Wall Street Journal. You should know.
Yeah, okay, so I worked for the Wall Street Journal, but I think that means the price index would be the price of goods.
Okay.
Goods and services.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we saw the lower inflation numbers. Was it last week? I think it was. So, Anyway, good news. All right.
Yes.
Very good. 8:05, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. By the way, I am being, and Sam, you are, and Joan is too. The three of us are being woefully fact-checked
Oh.
On something that was discussed in the previous hour. So we're going to talk about that. And a whole lot more straight ahead. There's also a small person with Chris Hand. I'm not sure who the small person is.
I know who she is.
Is that Kennedy?
It's Kennedy. Our little Kennedy is growing up.
That girl, holy mackerel.
I know, right? Shh. I see her at church every week, and she's just growing up before our eyes.
Can I just ask, is she going to troll me again?
I hope so.
Because every time she's here, she trolls me on something.
We all hope so. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway. All right, very good. 8:06, Nashville's Morning News. By the way, we do have some great Hunter Biden audio coming up as well, and a whole lot more. The Wellness Institute of Nashville. Right now, listen, if you are suffering from chronic back, neck, or knee pain, they can help you like they helped me at the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Right now, they've got a great deal going on. The $12 special. The Big Daddy Trump special is what they call it. $12 for a comprehensive exam, x-rays if you need them, a well-explained diagnosis, and that first treatment. $12. That is a great deal. If you've got back or neck pain, sciatica, slipped or bulging spinal discs, herniated discs, spinal stenosis, numbness or weakness in the arms and legs, fingers, or toes, they can help you with state-of-the-art, non-surgical spinal decompression therapy. No surgery, no spinal injections, and no painkillers. Tell him Dan Mandis told you to reach out. 615-246-5009, 615-246-5009, 615-246-5009. The website, painisbad.com.
All right, so we have a crash in Bordeaux. This is on Ashland City Highway at Drake's Branch Road. Another one in Berry Hill on Bransford Avenue at Craighead Street. Glencliff, watch it on 24, the eastbound lanes at Briley Parkway South. There's a crash in the Gore, and the Gore is blocked. An accident, too, in Christiana. This is on the westbound side of 24, and it's right near Rutherford, Bedford County line. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
8:11, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN, and good morning to you. All right, so what are being fact checked on? I'm going to blame Joan on this one.
You can't blame me.
Apparently, we shanked the whole Kiss thing. So Stuart McWhorter said that he liked Ace Frehley, who was the guitar player.
Yeah.
And I don't know who said that he had the star, but Paul Stanley was the star child.
Yeah.
Apparently. And Ace Frehley was what, the cat?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
He had other wing things on his eyes that
I
were
am exempted from this conversation. I did not weigh in on Ace Frehley or anything having to do with your little rock bands.
You said his name like the kid that like you don't want your child to hang out with.
Yes, that's exactly
this Ace
right.
Frehley fella.
So I'm exempted from
this
all criticism.
dope-smoking Ace Frehley guy.
I don't hang out with dope smokers, nor do I listen to them.
Wow.
You don't listen to Willie Nelson?
You guys go right ahead and,
I know you're not a
Frolic.
Snoop Dogg fan, but come on, no Willie?
No. No.
Joe's kind of bougie sometimes. Have you noticed that? Like I can feel like
She's elitist.
Elitist is a great word.
I take exception to that.
Okay,
Elitist
you're a classist.
Elitist Joan, classist Joan Jones.
If only.
Whatever, moving right along. Hey, so, and listen, I will admit that I'm actually not the biggest Kiss fan. Like, I'm just not. I like the 80s Kiss, Heaven's on Fire, Lick It Up. Those were great songs, but, going back to the 70s and early 80s, whatever. Anyway, moving right along. Yeah, okay, oh, Lord. Apparently, Peter Criss was the Cat Man.
You said Catman, dude.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay, Joan, you're exempted
I'm
from
out
this
of control.
conversation.
Okay,
Please.
okay.
Can you clip that, though?
Absolutely.
I think that was pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
Joan Jones, the cat woman of Nashville's Morning News. You want to throw down a hiss too, Joan? Because I know you're a woman. You can hiss. I've had plenty of women hiss at me.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Just in passing?
What's a negative thing? It's not a positive connotation.
You disturb their air.
Yes, basically. Well, when a woman hisses at you, you know what it is, right? It's basically her telling you, get away, don't need you around here no more, and to go away. Which, by the way, I've heard a lot in my life about with women, just go away, which is I consider
blaring Tom Petty.
A woman hiss, whatever. We need to spin out of this real quick. So speaking of wanting people to go away, Hunter Biden was on with local podcaster. Help me out. What is his name?
Right, Sean Ryan.
Sean Ryan. We talked about this in the 5 o'clock hour. So Hunter Biden was in Williamson County. Now we have to get Williamson County fumigated because Hunter Biden was with Sean Ryan on his podcast. And so the headline is that Hunter Biden isn't even sure if he's a Democrat. And he called out his dad for a number of different things, including Joe Biden's border.
Vibrant immigration. But we don't want immigrants that are coming here illegally, draining us of resources, and also and being prioritized above people that are actual literal heroes that are coming home, that are still recovering from 20 years of endless war, or anybody else in our society. Right?
So suddenly, Hunter Biden sees the light on Joe Biden's open border. Now, I believe that he is on some sort of how did I say it earlier? He's trying to repair his reputation because he's got a terrible reputation. Some people are saying, oh, Hunter Biden wants to run for president in 2028. Not with that attitude because he's calling out his dad's border. And so that's the headline. And again, the other headline is Hunter Biden, and I can't find the comment. It's like a 5.5 hour conversation that Hunter Biden had with Sean Ryan. And so there's a lot there, and we've got more audio for you straight ahead. It is 8:16. Time to check the roads on WTN. Breezy this morning, cloudy with a shower, high of 64 by this afternoon. Appreciate you listening to Super Talk 99.7. It is Christmas Eve. And again, appreciate you listening. So what did Hunter Biden have to say? Now, he, in this 5-hour conversation, by the way, meth is an upper, right? Sam, meth is an upper?
Amphetamines
when you take meth?
or uppy.
Yeah. So do you think that Hunter had to take some meth to get through the almost 6-hour conversation with Sean Ryan?
His preference is the crack cocaine.
Is that an upper? I don't even know.
Yeah, also considered an upper, which he explained in another interview. You just add sodium bicarbonate and water from regular cocaine to make it.
Thank you for letting everyone know. So people are giving Hunter Biden a lot of props for the comments about what he had to say about Joe Biden's wide open border. But, as I said in the 5 o'clock hour, it's real easy for Hunter Biden to come back and say these things after the damage has been done. And now what he's trying to do is he's trying to come back and, sound like the enlightened hero. But I'm not buying it, because Hunter Biden was in a real position of influence within the Biden administration, just as the president's son. And as far as I can tell, he did absolutely nothing to enlighten his unenlightened father regarding the border. So I'm not sure why he's suddenly trying to rehab his image, which is clearly what he's trying to do. But I don't think it's going to work, and I'm sure as heck not buying it. But, all the nasty things that Hunter Biden has said about people on the right, now suddenly it seems like what he's trying to do is he is trying to, espouse some common sense conservative values. Again, I'm not buying it. There's more. This is Hunter Biden, and this is where he was talking about, I'm not sure the context of this comment, but he's talking about how the top 0.1% of Americans never really have to face any consequences for their behavior. Now, I want you to listen very closely to what he has to say and how hypocritical this is. The guy who was facing charges and was given a pardon by his father as Joe Biden went out the door.
Who ultimately seems to be benefiting?
Well, I can tell you who's not benefiting.
Not normal people.
Yeah.
Not regular guys, not the guys you served with, not the guys that I went to high school with, not the, nobody that I know. The people that are benefiting are the people that seem to always, some way, avoid the consequences and win.
Hunter Biden, such a man of the people, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, the 0.1%.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even the 1% anymore. I mean, it's like literally the, and I'm not saying,
What are you saying, Hunter? What are you saying? Because anything that you say is going to sound hypocritical. Here's a guy who's facing charges, multiple crimes regarding guns and taxes, but his dad pardoned him. I think it was his last day in office. And I think that was the one pardon that Joe Biden actually signed, right? The rest were by auto pen.
It was all scribbly.
So, there's an X. So, I do understand pardons happen, but for Hunter Biden to now come out and start talking about how the top 0.1% don't have to face accountability for their actions, come on. As I said earlier, here's a senator's son, a vice president's son, then a president's son, clearly peddled influence among many other things, complaining about how some in our society don't have to face consequences for their actions. I would say that Hunter Biden is the poster boy for that. Now, the other question that was asked, Sean Ryan, he had Hunter Biden in his studio. Was it a mistake to join the board of Burisma? This is what Hunter Biden had to say. Remember, he joins the board of Burisma, no qualifications, no nothing. Clearly, it was a favor to the highly influential at the time, Joe Biden.
Was it a mistake to go on the board? Yeah. Yeah, it was absolutely a mistake, not because of anything that I did that I am embarrassed about or in any way whatsoever feel conflicted about as it relates to what I did for Burisma, but because of the political position that put us all in. They used that as the toe in the door to be able to call my family the Biden crime family.
Wow.
Without any evidence. The person...
So the toe in the door, that was more like an entire leg. And you're talking about allegations of corruption, bribery, influence peddling. And by the way, that's not some knucklehead from Nashville, Tennessee. That's the FBI. That is the FBI. And I would say to Hunter Biden, your family is called the Biden crime family because you committed a bunch of crimes and then you were pardoned for it. Now, I don't want to...
I was going to say, along with other members of his family, so that they wouldn't be able to be called to be testified.
Yeah, all that money going into their various accounts. I mean, good Lord. I mean, I don't want to relitigate the whole thing because I'm disgusted that James Comer ultimately wasn't able to pin anything on Joe Biden, despite all of that time where he said that he was going to be able to pin all this stuff on Joe Biden. Never did. He also talks about the failures of the Afghanistan pullout. That was one of the big, big failures of the Biden administration. Listen to this.
And he had mistakes like every other president has had. Some that I may disagree with, but absolutely 100% had some real failures also.
What do you think some of those failures were?
I think one of the failures was the...
You know, it's so funny. So Sean Ryan says, what are some of the failures? It's like, well, we need to do this for 12 hours.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we're looking at one.
Or that, even better. All right, this is Hunter Biden.
I think one of the failures was the way in which they executed the withdrawal from Afghanistan. I think 13 Marines are dead. I think that there was a better way to do it. And I think that, I can blame it on his generals. I can blame it on the people, the way in which we did it. But my dad always knew this also, is that the buck stops with him. I think that was a failure. I don't think...
So there you go. Hunter Biden kind of throwing his dad under the bus. And you know, it's true, though. Like everything he says is true from that standpoint. And I just find it interesting that now that Hunter Biden... because Joe Biden has no more influence anywhere. Now Hunter Biden decides that it's a good idea to throw his dad under the bus, right? Now that he can no longer take advantage of his father or his father's politics or his father's, lot in life, whether as a senator, vice president, or a president of the United States. So now he's decided that it is now time to throw the former president, under the bus. I'm running a little late, but I got one more that I want to play. This is Hunter Biden talking about, listen to this. This is Hunter Biden talking about how much debt he is in.
Litigation sucks. I've been tied up in criminal and civil and in courts, and I got I don't know, $14-15 million in debt that I have no idea that how I'm going to be able to pay off. I have millions of dollars in debt that nobody's riding to the rescue for Hunter Biden. My dad, entered the presidency as the poorest man to ever take the office, and he left the presidency not poorest. Which he's fine, but we have no generational wealth. I don't have it.
Well,
can I just say that
Sure.
Hunter Biden? Do you remember the guy? His name is Kevin Morris. He's the Hollywood entertainment lawyer. Mm-hmm. Paid Hunter Biden's $6.5 million tax bill.
Sing it,
that
sister.
He was behind.
That's right.
Don't tell me that you don't have any philanthropist givers who are keeping you afloat.
But remember, Joan, his influence is gone. That's the difference.
And I think his paintings are no longer selling too.
Yeah, that is, of course, the joke online.
Yeah.
Well, Hunter, why don't you just sell some more paintings? So, I don't. I don't see where Hunter is
Yeah.
going to be able to get $15 million and be, although who knows if he may have that money tucked away somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what his angle is. I don't know what he's looking to. He's so shifty.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I had a name because Shifty Adam Schiff is so perfect. I don't know what to call Hunter. Well, what's a good name for like Shifty Hunter Biden? There's got to be something I can call him. Because if he's going to start doing these interviews where, I mean, they're so easy to fact check. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, whatever. All right, it's 8:27, Super Talk 99.7, WTN. Jones got the news coming up.
Yeah, and coming up, Maryland man gets another reprieve this time so he can spend the holidays at home. That's so nice. And something out of a horror story. We'll tell you what witnesses say about a swimmer who went missing off the coast of California. Oof. This stories and more coming up here at 8:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Thank you, Joe. And 8:27, Nashville's Morning News. And it's Christmas Eve, right? So we've got you, friends, have today and tomorrow to finish your shopping. Now, lucky for you, Brentwood Jewelry has those expanded Christmas hours Monday through Friday, 9 to 7. So they're open today and tomorrow, 9 to 7. So if you need to do some last minute shopping, guys, maybe some earrings, and ladies, maybe a man's watch for your fella, whatever you want to do, they've got something for you at Brentwood Jewelry. I just used the term fella. I sound 102 years old when I use that term fella. But whatever, your guy, your man, whatever, you can get it at Brentwood Jewelry, 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. And again, we got 2 days till Christmas, Christmas hours, Monday through Friday. So today and tomorrow, 9 to 7. They are here for you at Brentwood Jewelry. Last minute shopping, they've got great deals. Brentwood Jewelry, exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for over 50 years. 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Tell them Dan Mandis told you to reach out.
It's now 8:32, and I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. Another strike on a so-called narco boat. U.S. Southern Command saying late last night intelligence confirmed that low-profile vessel was traveling along a known narco trafficking route in the Eastern Pacific. One person was killed. This one brings the death toll to at least 105 from strikes on these drug smuggling boats. The same judge that ordered the government to release Kilmar Abrego Garcia last weekend has just given him a free pass to be home for the holidays. Judge Paula Zinnes issuing an order yesterday that prevented the government from re-detaining Maryland man through the Christmas holiday. His attorney, Simon Sandoval-Moshenberg.
It's clear that the government is willing to do whatever it takes, sort of give any legal justification, any factual justification whatsoever to put this man back into a detention center.
Yeah, that would be the play for sure. The Maryland man has another hearing scheduled for Friday. Off the coast of California, a search has been suspended for a missing swimmer who may have been attacked by a shark. The woman was reported missing on Sunday. ABC's Melissa Aden said that witnesses talked to police and told them what they saw.
The U.S. Coast Guard telling ABC News at least one witness reported seeing a shark with a person in its mouth before it went back underwater. But they are still investigating.
The search crews there in boats and helicopters spent 15 hours trying to find that woman before suspending the search. Market numbers brought to you by Beacon Capital Management, online at beaconcm.com. And the Dow Jones Industrials have begun 78 points lower. NASDAQ is up just 1 point, and the S&P 500 index is up just a fraction. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
Thank you, Joan. 8:34, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN, counting down the days till Christmas. And if you still need some last-minute shopping for your 2A-loving family and friends, do not forget about my friends at the Glock store. Now, they're always looking out for you with fantastic deals to save you money and time. They've got $50 off their already rock-bottom price on red and green dot optics. I've got the red dot optic. It is indeed a game changer. Now, you know, these optics, they're huge these days, all the rage. And if you've got an older Glock, they can actually cut the slide to the exact optic for $100 off their already low price. They'll do it in-house and in 10 days or less. That is why the Glock store is my 2A store. That's the huge Christmas sale going on right now at the Glock store. Got to check them out, glockstore.com, shoot270.com. The Glock store, minutes from the airport and worth the drive from anywhere.
really light volume on the roadways, but we do have some problems on westbound 24. There's a crash on the right shoulder, westbound side of 24, just before Haywood Lane in Antioch. Now, a crash as well on Murfreesboro Pike, north of Thompson Lane in Glencliff. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
.838, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Joan, I've got a lot going on in the studio.
I know you do.
So, first of all, I'm being admonished because I missed your kicker story.
Oh, yeah.
Now, just so we're clear, a kicker story is supposed to be fun and hijinks filled.
Oh, come on now.
And I'm being told that your kicker story is a woman being attacked by a shark.
There's hijinks.
And well, maybe if you're the shark, but certainly not for the woman.
Yeah, you want to hear what the news reporter at ABC had to say about it?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So the woman goes missing, right?
Yes.
And her friends are all there out looking for her.
The U.S. Coast Guard telling ABC News at least one witness reported seeing a shark with a person in its mouth before it went back underwater. But they are still investigating.
So it's still up for debate. Is that what they're saying?
Well, they didn't want to, put all their eggs in one basket. So
the woman's going to be okay?
No, she's still missing.
See that, Joan?
Presumably was lunch.
I think you and I have both been in the radio business for a long time, and that's not a kicker story.
Oh, certainly
She
it
was
is.
definitely kicking.
For a second.
She was
Okay, I don't know. Kennedy's in the studio. Kennedy is Chris's daughter.
Yes.
And Kennedy, just so you know, it is okay to go in the water.
Okay.
As long as...
I wouldn't if I were you.
Oh, Joan, stop it. Good Lord. All right, so Kennedy's... This is her third time.
Yes.
In the studio.
Yep.
All right, so Kennedy, how old are you now?
I'm 11 years old.
You're 11, but you're about to turn 12.
Yes, sir.
In how many days?
I think it's 4.
4 days.
Her birthday is on December 27th.
Yep.
So have you demanded an apology from your mom and dad for having her birthday?
Well, actually, it's perfect because then it's like 2 days of presents back to back. So.
Well, you know what my parents did to me?
They ripped you off.
They did.
Yeah.
I am forever angry about the fact that, oh, Danny, this is for both your birthday and Christmas.
Scars for life.
That's what it was like my mom and dad. It was like the one thing that they could agree on is
one gift.
One gift.
One gift to rule them all.
Yeah. My brother was born in October. He got 2 gifts.
And Halloween.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I bet he got 2 cheap little gifts, and you got something monstrous and wonderful.
Nope.
Okay. Take it back.
Your brother probably didn't complain when it was liver and onions night either.
Anyway, so Kennedy's here. So is this going to be like a new tradition?
It's the new tradition. Right after Christmas, we'll have Kennedy in. Yep.
Okay. So I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to warn you, and I'm going to tell you something that Kennedy you already know. Okay. You're almost 12.
Yes,
so that is going to be the age where particularly your dad is no longer cool.
I think
That was a knowing laugh,
I
Joan.
think that's up for debate.
Joan,
I
that was a
happen to think I'm
knowing
very
laugh
cool.
from Kennedy.
No, he's cool.
I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty
So
cool.
the difference is that
For now.
Kennedy is not going to like a public school where that notion, that Dan Mandis notion,
Yes.
is growing and festers among children.
Exactly. We're keeping her one of the weird homeschool kids. That's
We
what
like
we're
those
leading into.
weird
You know
homeschool
what? You know
kids.
that is actually good. So homeschooled full time?
So it's a hybrid. It's a
Hybrid,
So
okay.
she does 2 days a week in a classroom, 3 days a week with mom. But mom does a good job. She
Okay,
she boils the 3 days down to 2.
Hold on. I'm going to ask a very controversial question. Joan?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm going to ask Kennedy?
Not sure. Go ahead.
Which do you like better?
Oh.
Homeschool with mom or going to the public school?
I like homeschooling with my mom because I can get ahead on all the days. So.
Says a girl 4 days from her birthday.
Oh, yeah. She knows.
So she knows. That's very funny.
No, she could turn
Good
every
answer.
weekend into a long weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
She's banging out Thursday and Friday on Thursday.
Listen, if I was still a kid, I would totally want to be homeschooled.
100%.
I would. Not if I had your dad, but generally speaking.
Thank you, Dad.
Homeschool kids do so much better in college.
They do. I mean, in all seriousness, Kennedy, do you know how lucky you are that your parents are homeschooling you?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, you are lucky.
I'm very
Let her know, guys. Let her know.
It's exactly
I
right.
agree.
Being able to have your own bathroom and not have to share with all the other kids. That's a huge perk in itself.
Yeah, you don't understand how tough it was in public school. You'd have to wait till you get home to use the bathroom.
Because you certainly didn't want to go in that bathroom.
No.
No. So is it weird that Sam brought that up, though?
Well, that's just what I think about when I had the opportunity
Well,
to be homeschooled.
exactly. That's what you think about.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Being able to go in a clean environment.
I think the majority of people that went to public school would get poop shy.
You always have to bring up a controversial word or topic.
Is
or
your dad always
idea.
bringing this kind of stuff up?
Does he do this at the dinner table too,
Yeah.
Kennedy?
No.
Okay. He saves it for us in the
I'm
radio.
just letting you know. I mean, this is a common thing.
Hey, Kennedy, there was one time he told us a story about your brothers bringing spaghetti through their nose.
Oh, yeah.
Did you participate in that?
I videoed it.
She egged him on.
Of course she did.
We submitted that video. All right, so can I tell you something? I'm a little bit angry at the guys at America's Funniest Videos. It's one of the shows that we all like to watch together. We submitted the spaghetti video where Brooks brings the spaghetti through the nose, back out the mouth. We haven't heard a peep from America's Funniest Videos.
Wow.
We should have won at least 10 grand.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, can we show? Could you show it on Super Talk TV?
I'll try and find it during my show. We'll put it on the stream.
Oh, he'll save it for his show, Joan. You see how that works?
We got to get the views up. We got to get the views up. Only if we get enough likes.
Yeah, because you're just so you know, Kennedy, your dad is on a mission to be able to pay for your college or whatever it is, and so people have to watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
We've got to get the likes up.
Got to get the likes and the engagement on. Kennedy, what do you want for Christmas?
I want a cricket machine.
A what?
A cricket machine.
Nice. What are you going to
makes,
make?
like, the logos in, like, your jackets. And
I don't know
stuff.
what a cricket machine is.
Well, she's trying to tell you, Dan.
Okay, so, like, the In-N-Out burger on your sweatshirt, it makes those.
So she can put the logos on the clothes.
Can you make a Dan Mandis Show shirt?
Yeah.
Could you really?
I could.
I bet you could design it too, like make a nice design.
Joan would pay for it.
Oh, you would?
Yeah, she'll pay for it. Absolutely. What do you charge to make a? Well, see, because I mean, I know, Chris, that you've noticed that the Q people over there on that station down the hall,
They got all the merch.
they got all the merch,
Yeah.
man.
I went
Kenny
into the
Smooth in the morning.
I went into the promo closet. Every other radio station in this group has merch on the shelves. I couldn't even find anything to steal that was ours.
I would proudly wear like a boardwalk caricature artist of Dan Mandis.
Would you?
Yeah, swollen head and everything on the front of the T-shirt.
So here's what we need to do. Kennedy, I'm gonna hire you when you get the cricket machine.
Okay.
I'm gonna hire you to make some Mandis in the Morning T-shirts that I will never wear, but I will make Sam and Joan wear
On the
all over the
2X.
place.
Okay, perfect.
That'll be. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
And then you can make a shirt for your dad if you want to do that. So get her the cricket machine.
All right,
this is the
we'll
only
see what we
way
can do.
I'll ever get merch.
We're gonna push for child
12
labor. Is that
Yes.
that's the only way? That's the only way.
Listen, I can only pay you under minimum wage, just so you know.
And if you lose a finger, we're not responsible.
That's exactly right. All right, so a cricket machine. I've never heard of that, but that's very cool. All right, is that the only thing you want, or is there anything else you want? Do you want Taylor Swift's new album?
No, I don't like Taylor Swift.
Did you
love
see the
this
look
girl.
that she just gave me?
It was
I
worth
love this
its weight in
girl.
gold.
Yes.
I knew that if I brought up Taylor Swift, she's going to give me that nasty look
Yep,
again,
yep.
like she did, 2 years
Makes
ago
sense.
It makes
Makes
sense.
sense. Famous moment. God, that was so incredibly funny. All right, so what else do you want? So no Taylor Swift.
No Taylor Swift. Let's see. I don't really know. The cricket machine was like really my big gift.
Okay.
So that's like really. Oh, I wanted some eye serum, under eye serum.
Girl, what do you want under eye serum
I don't
for?
have any
You
idea.
stop.
I don't know what under eye serum
I don't know.
is.
I don't know.
Oh, to help the fine lines in the you know what? Just go to Contours. And they've got they've got this.
There we go. Let's turn it into an endorsement plug.
It's always an endorsement, man.
Mandis in the morning.
What did you get? What did you get your dad for Christmas?
Well,
What is it? Is it good though?
Yeah.
It's got to be good.
It's good.
Yeah. Okay.
She can't tell him here, Dan.
Dan, I'll tell you off the air.
Like a professional.
I know, right?
I'm gonna have her. I'm gonna have her write down. Make sure your dad doesn't look.
I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look.
And I promise I won't say. But I want to know.
Okay. Then you'll tell me if it's good or if I'm gonna be let down.
Oh, it's Kennedy. It's Kennedy. She's not going to let you down. Clearly.
I don't know the brand of it.
It's okay. Just tell me what it is. What it is.
You got
Okay,
it.
don't mind the handwriting.
She's homeschooled.
Your handwriting. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Is that good?
Yep.
Is
You
that a
think,
good?
you think I'm gonna be happy?
It's you're gonna be happy.
All right.
You're gonna be now. Did your mom? Does your mom help find the appropriate gifts?
She bought it for me, and then I'm gonna give it to. Well, I had the idea for it, and then
Okay.
she paid for it, and then I'm gonna gift it to
Do
her.
you know what the great thing is about your gift? I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to tell you though, when you open your gift, it actually suits you.
Oh.
It does.
Okay.
It actually suits you. It suits your general mind and perspective.
So it's something weird.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say it's weird, but you'll get it when you. But it's true, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it matches your dad's general outlook on life.
Okay.
She's nodding
Oh,
yes.
here's another one.
Oh, okay. You got another one. All right. Here. Go ahead.
She's remembering all the gifts now.
Well, listen. I remember. You know what I got my dad when I was a kid.
What's that?
I remember I got my dad one time a Slinky. You know why? Because I wanted a Slinky.
I had a buddy who his dad let him pick out Christmas gifts, let the boys pick out Christmas gifts for their mom.
Yeah.
And he got her a Ninja Turtles action figure.
Really?
And he said, if when you're done with it, let me know. So,
Exactly. You're getting some good gifts, man.
I think so.
That one was from all the kids. So
Okay, very good. Do you guys have a real or a fake Christmas tree? And which do you
we
prefer?
have a real tree.
A real tree?
Yes.
Do you
Nice.
do you think that people like Joan who have fake Christmas trees are communists?
Wrong. I
Yes.
have
We
two
do.
real Christmas
We do.
trees. Not just one, but two real Christmas trees.
Do you think
Did
that
you
people
appropriate them from the neighbors like a true commie?
My dad used to do that.
What? He would
Go
steal?
cut down a tree. Yeah.
See, that's actually pretty funny. All right, very good. So, what else? What else we got? I got 2 minutes to fill. What else?
Well, we're gonna do the Christmas songs.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Kennedy
right.
was gonna declare the winner of the Christmas bumpers.
Oh, love it.
All right. So, how did we say we're going to do it? So, we're going to review. Okay. So, here's what's going to happen. Kennedy is going to listen to my bump and Sam's bump and Joan's bump, and then she's going to decide which one is the best. Then Chris has told Kennedy that she can pick out his bumper music for the day. So first, you're going to listen to these 3 songs,
Okay.
and then you'll decide which one is the best. So which one are you going to play first?
Yours.
Mine. All right, so this is mine.
Okay.
Before you hate it. Before you hate it.
We both saw the face.
Oh, wow.
We did.
We saw the
We
facial
did.
expression change in real time.
I might as well have been playing a Taylor Swift song. This goes back to the 1980s. It made sense for me, and it's the Waitresses, and it's called Christmas Wrapping.
I love this song too.
Thank you, Joan.
I do.
All right, so let's play.
We're 1980s babies.
Let's play. Who's next, Sam?
Joan,
Joan, this is Joan.
Breath of Heaven.
Yes.
Is this a Christmas song?
Yeah. This is Breath of Heaven about Mary's trip to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joan's been going real sentimental on everybody.
Boy, she sure has. Okay, so when I hear that song, I'm not saying it's a bad song. I just hear coyotes barking at the moon.
Oh, stop. Oh, my gosh.
What? Is that a coyote? Ow, ow. Is that a coyote?
Yeah, it's
okay.
alley dogs.
Yeah.
Alley dogs. There you go. All right, so there was mine, upbeat, had a great beat. You could dance to it. It was fun. Then you had Jones barking at the moon.
Oh my!
Although it's a great song. It's a great song.
Mary, she's pregnant. She's on a donkey. She's headed to go give birth to a baby.
Hee-hawing at the moon.
I got it. Sam, let's hear yours.
It's gonna be your hardest choice of the day.
Which one is worse?
Is this like a country music?
No, this is Def Leppard, actually.
Oh. Who's that?
Who's that?
Listen to nothing else.
Have you
from
failed
Def
her
Leppard
her
ever
rock
in your life.
education?
Your child. Who is Def Leppard?
They have a one-armed drummer.
We got a long ride home, guys.
You know what?
I'll play
I'm
some
gonna
Def
get
Leppard.
Kennedy the best of Def Leppard for
Oh,
Christmas.
there you go.
and
Nailed
birthday.
it. Nailed it.
All right, so you had mine, you had Jones barking at the moon, you had Def Leppard, the one that we just heard. Which one is the best?
I'm gonna have to go with yours.
Boom!
I think it was the only actually Christmassy song. So.
There you go.
This song says we all need Christmas. What you talking about, Willis?
Hey, listen, Sam.
Girl, it
she's
was
almost.
Mary on the donkey.
Listen, she is 12.
It was very slow. It sounded like kind of opery.
Ooh,
man.
Burn.
All right,
You know
let's
we've
get to
been
Kennedy's pick.
You know what we've been doing at my house?
What?
My boys have been remixing Christmas songs, and whenever Feliz Navidad comes on now, my boys are yelling, "Feliz on my dog!" I got Feliz on my dog, and I can't unhear it now.
So we are rapidly running out of time. So Kennedy, what is your dad's Christmas bumper music for today?
It's Your Mean One, Mr. Grinch by Tyler, the Creator.
The same way Kennedy's face changed when Dan's song came on, Dan's face changed when Kennedy's song came on.
I actually wanted to throw something at you.
Oh,
actually, but I don't want to exhibit violence in front of your daughter.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
You can save it for 2026.
Yeah, can we just go ahead and... Yeah, do you like that, Kennedy? I bet you do.
It's from the new Grinch
It's
movie.
from the new one.
Oh, okay.
Did you
You're
know
as
that I
cuddly
can-
as a cactus. I heard that line.
Do you know that I consider your dad a Grinch at Christmas time?
Oh, jeez.
Well, you know.
Is it because I've been yelling about Somalis all
I
December?
mean, it takes one to know one, so.
Oh,
what
whoa.
now?
You know
Shots
what?
fired. Shots fired.
We are so done here. And you know what? In a year, when next time I see you, I'll have a comeback for that.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Real quick, what do you got?
Well, today on the show, we're going to kick things off with Kennedy. We're going to do our Mount Rushmore of Christmas movies. And I hate to break it to you guys. You might love Kennedy now. You won't love her after the Mount Rushmore of Christmas movies. I'm just putting it out there. We'll also have Danielle Chaffin in to talk about the illegal alien trucking saga. And my friend Josh Tifo stopping by as well.
8:56, Nashville's Morning News on WTN. By the way, programming note, I will be on Red Eye Radio tonight. Midnight to 5, and then, of course, I'll be here.
Marathon Mandis.
Well, you know what? I got an expensive family who needs a lot of gifts.
Get those likes up.
Exactly right. All the fake Christmas trees I've got to buy. All right, 8:56. Dan Mandis here for United Structural Systems, USS. They are experts in waterproofing, concrete leveling, and yes, foundation repair. This is a great company. They've helped me several times with my home. That is why I proudly endorse United Structural Systems. Again, waterproofing, concrete leveling, foundation repair, and a lot of other things as well. Check them out online, USSTN.com. They're not going to charge you for any unnecessary repairs, and you won't pay a dime until the work is done and you're a satisfied customer. Call them, tell them Dan told you to reach out at 615-488-7855, USSTN.com.